Hello, adventurers, and welcome to Grognard and Friends, where friends gather to explore the Aria and play Dungeons and Dragons. And speaking of the friends, let's check out this week's episode of Grognard and Friends. It's KJ's turn to tell us all about last week.
All right, as memory serves, last time we started out waking up after the party, long night of, for some of us, throwing it down on the dance floor with our party cleric over there, and lots of interesting stuff happened. Fake fight, actual fight, which was more like a one-sided beatdown, investigating, and then in the next day, we filled each other in. But Trumpet read the party the diary that was found of our missing Clary Veronica, and in further investigating the town, well, actually before that, Reed also had another encounter with his creepy late-night visitor. And over the course of deciding to investigate a missing member of the Geechee clan, we found him in a not-so-great state, but we found him. Skinned alive in his closet, and found that the skin definitely matched the appearance of our creepy naked stalker of Reed's. And the guard has been informed, but before they got there, our dear cleric interrogated him a bit, and we learned that he'd been dead like that for at least half a year. And that people who had spotted him up to that point hadn't actually been seeing him, but whatever skinwalker was borrowing his little makeshift suit. So that was delightful.
Very good, very thorough. Okay, so as you gather outside of Mr. Goodry's house, you see some of the guards coming down, followed by a number of townfolk. Word seems to travel fast around here. And
don't you people have jobs?
What's a job when there's gossip to spread?
This tea is scalding.
Fill up the cup.
So the first one of the guards comes down and says, we have been informed that Mr. Goodry has been found?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are all of us down there, or is it Reed and Talia and some of us are still up in the house?
I think some of you are still up in the house.
I believe, Nikita,
That's right,
you
I
were
was
with
you
me
guys.
still.
Yeah.
I was too. I was probably just dry heaving in the corner.
Yes, there you go.
Not in the crime scene.
Right?
Out the window.
Darn it, butt trumpet.
Have we taught you nothing?
Now your
Yes, we
DNA
don't
and last
contaminate-
night's now your DNA and this morning's pancakes is gonna implicate everybody.
Well, that is on
Have you
brand
not
with
wa-
your group.
Have you not
Yeah.
listened to a true crime podcast? Come on.
Oh goodness.
Anyway,
So Talia and Reed, you left because you were really creeped out by this, isn't that? Do I have that
That
correct?
Yeah, we-
tell Miss Kitty, who then told the guards.
Right, and
Yes.
obviously she had someone go tell the guards, who then also seemed to start telling numerous other people. So
Yeah.
the guards are there with you, Talia and Reed. What do you tell him?
We've been told he's been missing for a while, and when we tried the door, it opened, which didn't seem right because since no one was answering when we knocked, and
And
you're just probably
and
gonna,
part
you're gonna want to see it.
yeah, part of him's in there.
Part of him.
All of him, I think all of him was in there, just not all in one piece.
Oh.
Yeah,
Turns to
it's kind of creepy.
kind of looks at you, looks around at all the other people. It's like you can tell he's thinking, well, maybe I should go get some help rather than go in here from the description. But he looks at all the people that have been gathering around, looking at him, staring at him, and he's like, he reluctantly goes up the ladder, stops like midway, looks over his shoulder, continues on up.
Ain't our fault y'all have loose lips. We were just getting the guard. You brought the half the town.
Goes in and says, hello?
So do you think they used moisturizer? Because it's been like half a year.
This is what I'm thinking, Da. How does it stay not crispy?
Yeah.
Oh, hello?
I assume it's all crackly. Oh, hey. Yes, come in, guardsman. We have, we've discovered a missing person. It wasn't the one we were hired for, but good news, our track record is solid.
Yeah.
Comes into the bedroom and says, which of you is either the missing person or found the missing person, or...
Oh, we as a group kind of did it. The missing individual is here in mostly just 2 pieces.
2 pieces.
Yes,
Yeah, you
but
might
it's
there's-
to
want
the- Oh.
closet.
I will back away towards Butt Trumpet, try to scoop them up, and nod towards the guard at the closet, and then try to ooze out of that room.
Okay.
yes, because guardsmen, be careful. There's a bunch of different footprints that we're assuming are from the killer or whatnot.
Oh.
You're on the ground.
You might want gloves.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't. As Guys holds up wherever he got these gloves. See, I'm not contaminating the crime scene. I've
They
read
like-
a pamphlet. about
They
this.
like hamburger helper gloves you have there, Gaius, or...
No, you know what? I think because he has worked around, he's done medical stuff before, so he does have like not snap plastic gloves, but he definitely has like just stuff where he doesn't contaminate his bare
Okay.
hands potentially with nastiness.
The
Okay.
most
So
sterile
granted,
of
he will,
boat inner gloves.
yeah. Though he will just stick his hand into dead bodies and stuff. He's just not going to do that to a crime scene corpse.
Right, just regular dead bodies.
Just regular
Yeah,
dead bodies.
you know.
Wouldn't want to be weird about it or anything.
Reaching down the mouth into the throat doesn't count. It's not all the way in the dead body. It's just like
No,
Eldred says
no,
he
no.
didn't specify where.
just
Eldred,
a
you're
couple
not in
knuckles
here.
deep. Eldred goes down in here.
So anyway, they're investigating.
Yeah.
And Nikita and Butt Trumpet slowly kind of sneak out of the room, and Gaius, you can kind of see the guard's mouth kind of drop as he looks, hand go over the mouth,
Yep, don't do that in here.
and
The
goes,
window right over there.
I think we need some more help. And he kind of rushes out of the room, and are you kind of like
Yeah,
watching
just-
him go, or?
Oh yeah, I kind of make sure he doesn't touch anything or vomit on a specific part.
Okay. You see him go towards the front door, then like stop and freeze solid for like half a second, look around, and then go into the kitchen and kind of vomit into what is overflowing trash.
Oh, not the dirty
Yeah.
dishes too.
And
Yep.
just kind of
This is
heaves
such
there
a
for
guy's place.
don't I like to think of myself as very cleanly. But Trumpet, who's probably still in the hall watching this happen.
Nikita shakes her head. But Trumpet, are you doing all right, or should we go outside for fresh air?
Yeah, I'm kind of a
Fine.
sympathy gagger, so this might
Yeah.
be a good time to go outside.
Okay. We'll head
Okay.
for the
Puts the
door.
lotion
and
on its
water.
skin, by the way.
Yeah. So it can wear the skin again.
Exactly.
So you head out. You head down the ladder. Eventually, the guard follows you, heads down the ladder, looks around at everyone, and says, "Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. We're going to go and get some people who can handle this. Poor Mr. Goodry has passed on. Nothing unusual. Nothing unusual at all. Everyone, go back about your business." And you see one of the guys in the crowd says, "Hey, Bob, you missed a spot on the corner of your mouth." He immediately starts, and like a whole bunch of the townsfolk start laughing. And he kind of rushes off, and to get, you assume, somebody else to help. And a couple of the people are like, "Hey, let's take a look. What could have done that?"
Nope.
No.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
No.
Nikita will do her best to block anyone going up.
Okay.
Same with Talia.
There are a few of the people. It's mostly the first ones who rushed there. Other people are coming in, but some people are spreading around, like looking at side windows, trying to look up. Some people are going up onto the porches of the houses nearby to kind of get a look. And it's just a bunch of looky-loos, and
Good
if
thing they can't see inside the closet through the windows.
exactly.
Bingo.
You Nikita, you at the ladder, you notice anytime you adjust, like there are one or two of these older guys in the front who kind of like look like they're about ready to lunge, like maybe you're going to step to the side or something, but you're just like adjusting, getting comfortable or whatever. And
Yo!
I'll make sure
No.
to really subtly look down at my sword and look up at them like, you like your legs?
Mhm.
give me a persuasion check, please.
Ooh.
Persuasion.
Or intimidation, your choice.
Yeah.
I was going to say
That's our
definitely
Nikita.
a intimidation.
There she goes.
All right.
Okay.
One mean mug coming up.
Hell yes.
The three who were there kind of all in like almost in unison take a big step backwards.
There you go. That's smart.
So eventually a handful of guards you see start coming down. You can see from here up to the residential area and then up the hill towards the mayor's area, his estate. You see kind of a bunch of guards coming down on horseback up from around the mayor's estate. And they're headed your way and will probably be here in a couple minutes, you imagine. Is there anything anybody else wants to do before they get here?
Hmm.
I'm gonna. I want to scan the crowd and see if anybody looks suspicious.
Give me a perception or investigation check there, Reed, depending on how in depth you're looking. If you're really looking to try to find someone who looks suspicious, give me investigation. If it's a general scan of the crowd, you can give me a perception.
General scan, I would think. Nah, not good.
No, everyone looks just interested. Bunch of looky-loos and people like trying to
I
look
will-
over shoulders and stuff.
Yeah, we aren't. Talia, do you recognize any? Or I guess is there anyone here you do not recognize or that you think might be capable of this? Or are we just going straight for Baba?
I have never heard of something like this happening here before.
Or anywhere, for that matter. Not that I've been very far.
I only know so many places.
Yeah.
Eldred says, I heard there are islands where they're inhabited by tribes of lizard men that they do something similar to this, but not quite the extent of this.
Oh, I thought they just ate them
Well,
and
there's
then
that
used
too.
the bones to make armor and stuff.
Well, from what I gather, they shed their skin periodically.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're talking about that part.
Yeah.
That's
I
their
thought you were talking about
own
the
skin.
cannibalistic.
Well, this
No,
was Mr. Goodry's skin, right?
Yeah, I
I was
don't think
more on
his
the-
shedding was voluntary.
No.
Keep your voices down about
Oh, I'm sorry. I
details,
thought
and
people
this is
joined me in
me
the house.
talking. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
Ixnay on the in skin.
Talia will step back inside and just double check. We didn't find any journals or anything of his in the room. Anything that he might have been
No.
like. All right, just making sure that we didn't miss anything, and then
No writing
or
on
that
the
would-
wall of the person who did
you
this
know,
is,
the slow descent into madness.
Well,
Was the
I guess
number
while
1137.
while everyone's having this discussion, I'm casting detect magic as a ritual, just seeing what kind of magics I get. I'm sure
Okay.
there's something.
You
Hmm.
you definitely get some magic off of the body and the skin.
What about
Um,
the nut that I pulled out?
Not on that. No.
Interesting. What?
had
Reed, what's
to
up?
think about that. Had to think about
Uh,
that for a
The
second.
nut, the seed, the large tumor I removed from inside of him. What do you? The mass.
I'm just hoping
keep
you don't
making-
find magic nuts.
What, like the beanstalk
Eldred
story?
Eldred just says, this is just too easy.
I am literally standing over a dead man right now.
Yeah.
Need some respect.
Yeah, I know.
Continue to
And
detect.
this is coming from me.
And you know what's really creepy is not too long ago that dead man was standing over me.
More than once.
Oh, so Reed is losing it a little bit. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he was inappropriately touched by at least the skin.
Oh boy.
Eh.
Not helping. Not helping.
So
Is there a blanket
What
we
the-
can put around Reed?
And Eldred says, considering the conversation you just had, if you do a lot of in-depth thinking on what you went through, Reed, just saying.
Yeah.
so what? So I got magic. What kind of magic am I working with? I'm not assuming it's good magic.
It is not good magic.
In fact, bad
Um,
magic.
Spooky
It-
magic.
At the very least, indifferent.
It's a little dark, a little unusual from what you usually see.
little psychotic
Um,
for flavor.
Well, yeah, it's got a bouquet of insanity. I'm sure it's.
Okay.
This is not. Yeah, it's got a piquant of.
Soupçon?
Yeah, it's getting some earthy tones in the. Wait, no, that's the blood in the air. Oh,
If you're going to use the wine analogy,
yes. I need to get
this
some
is going to
sommelier
come
notes
off
in.
like the chocolate wines that have been left out in the sun a little too long.
Oh, yeah, you don't.
Eh.
Yeah, ooh, you know what? This magic's got a curdle to it, which you don't. You
Eh.
don't do that with any wines, or much of any. I guess cheese, you curdle.
So this
Anyway,
is a charcuterie, you say?
No, this is not a charcuterie board I would recommend for anyone There's no wine pairing that could fix this. The
What
I
magic
don't
that I'm
know.
getting-
Eldred says this is kind of like a charcuterie board, just with a small
much meat
selection.
on the plate.
Yeah,
And it's
Charcuterie.
old.
aged, we'll say.
Anyway, yeah, okay. Bad magic, obviously. It's got kind of a nasty taste to it. Is the best way I can describe it.
Eldred
not
goes,
necessarily-
"Ooh, you did that?"
Eldred,
Yeah,
no, I didn't do that.
but you just said,
I look at Eldred. I was thinking the same thing.
right? Right?
Listen, I'm using terminology from the senses that they have to interpret what I'm talking about, which is magic, which they don't necessarily get, Eldred. You
Eldred
understand
looks
this,
at you,
you're just
Reed, and
being
goes,
obstreperous.
"Tomato, tomato."
I like tomatoes and tomatoes.
Yeah. But not when the skin's
Is-
been peeled off and hanging up next to them, usually.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Mm.
Is this would this magic be similar to Mama Tar? Or did we scope her magic out?
I got the. It's not the same. No.
Okay.
I didn't feel that.
You want to go
hers
back to
wasn't
her?
necessarily crystal clear. I'm
Yes.
sure we're probably going to have to talk with her. Just
We could
how
ask.
close
yeah.
is Mama Tar's shack from here? actually?
She's about 4 houses over and a little further back into the woods.
Oh, that's
Okay.
hardly anything.
Yeah.
We could make that.
Oh yeah, well, once we're done dealing with the mayor, guards, whatever, we'll have a chat with her. I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Hopefully, they don't
whatever they
decide
want
to have a witch
question
hunt,
us.
because that will be bad.
But
And I won't. No, I'm being quite literal.
Well, the guards have
Not a joke.
arrived, and half of them are looking to disperse the crowd, and you get a lot of, "Oh, man. Oh, come on. We have no excitement here whatsoever. I heard that someone took his head off, and it was hanging up on one of the mantles." Someone says, "I heard they cut off his feet." And then someone else goes, "Yeah, I heard that too. And that the feet were walking around and leaving footprints all over the place."
I heard it was the hands they cut off, and then they were moving around and shaking people's hands in their sleep, and then doing
See,
unspeakable
says someone, and
things
he
to
was
their
he was
bodies.
up there himself. He saw it.
Oh God, what have you
Oh,
done?
this is. I'm just playing another NPC, and this is. The
Gaius throwing his voice ventriloquism style. I heard.
I heard the cleric is very handsome and would be, and is really good at dancing. Why?
I heard the
bring that
cleric
up?
is a great guy that would never lick a body.
I say we let it go.
Yeah. No.
Talia, stop helping.
What? I'm not allowed to
Do
do
we
it
have
too?
any
I thought-
magic tricks
thought
that
we
will
were-
get people to go on their way?
Eldred
Oh,
say,
you want to
"Anybody
get the
know
cards?
Fireball?"
Yeah,
Eldred,
that's what
no,
I
I
was
do.
you
thinking.
save that for.
What?
Oh,
What?
I do, but there's a striking chance that everyone will lose their eyebrows.
or lives.
Yeah.
That too.
No, I'm more worried about. Listen, what's the point of living if you don't have eyebrows? Clearly,
Like the
that's the
rest-
priority.
I mean,
Oh no! I'm sorry. You're. It works on you. It works on you.
Oh, Talia, you should have seen when we were in the sewers. We lost all kinds of hair.
Why were you? You know what? That's probably not a question I want the answer to.
You don't. You really
We'll tell you
don't.
about it sometime.
so do the guards want to question us or anything?
Well, a bunch of them kind of go past you up the ladder.
Oh,
I will let them up, yeah.
yep. You have fun with that.
And
Let's get away from like the potential splatter zone, because I am
Yeah.
confident people are going to be hurling over the balcony.
Yep.
Honestly, I think at this point they're more happy making up their own stories. That now they don't want the evidence that'll prove their version of events wrong.
Yep.
One of the guards comes up to you and guys, are you down now with the rest of the group?
No, I'm definitely making sure like people aren't peeping in windows, and I like I said, I have detect magic, so maybe I'm just wandering the house a little bit to see if I pick up on
Okay.
anything else while that was happening.
Nothing.
So-
You don't pick
Nothing.
up a gosh darn thing. Guards come in and one of them says, "Did you do this?" Meanwhile,
Yes,
a couple
I
of them
did
are
this, I
running
did-
back out of the room shortly after they've come in.
Yes, I did this and then invited the guards here to see what I did. No, man, come on, we found him like this.
Just asking. I have to cover all
Right.
possible things that could have happened.
Okay. Anywho,
Sure thing, Columbo.
so while you're taking notes, right? Because you're asking these questions. Yeah,
I have a good memory.
excellent. Okay, so I detected magic here, both on the corpse and the skin that is no longer on the corpse. It has a soupçon of. Do you know how to spell that?
A
Doesn't
what?
matter. Of a certain bouquet.
There were flowers.
Nope. Anyway, a hint of dark magic.
Oh, that's bad.
Yes. Oh, yes. Very dark is generally yes.
Hold
Evil.
that thought, he says. He goes outside and says, you hear him say, when you're done throwing up, go get Mr. Carlyle. It seems that there's magic involved.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear, oh, great! And then the guy
In the
comes
menu.
back and says, I'm sorry to have interrupted. You were talking about the flowers.
Yes. No. That was a word using to describe the sense, but doesn't matter. Anywho, so we found the body like this, and then through magics, I was able to determine that Mr. Goodry has in fact been dead for several months. And through, I'm guessing, some kind of arcane means, was kept sort of fresh. And also, I found, and gesturing toward the object I pulled from the body, a plant-like object with arcane script on it from the corpse. And also, in case you're curious, because we've been talking to a bunch of people, they have apparently seen somebody that was gesturing toward the skin. Looked like Mr. Goodry wandering town at night. And in fact, one of my compatriots was accosted 2 nights in a row. Leans out a window. Hey, Reed, it was 2 nights in a row, right? Or was it a night and then a night off and a night?
I don't think I slept much, so I don't know. Two out of 3, maybe.
Yeah, it's yeah. You know what? It was 2 out of 3. It was like the first night, and then he had a night off, and then last night. So anywho, and he says this is the skin of the individual that has accosted him.
That's just wrong, says the guard.
Oh yeah, it is. It is very wrong. So I'm curious. Has this ever happened before in town?
The
I'm
guard
covering
looks
my
at you
base.
and says, are you serious?
No, not at all. I assumed by the look on your face that this is the first de-skinning you've seen.
Yeah,
So,
I would have remembered
yeah.
this.
Yes, it's my first too, and oh boy.
So
Reed yells in the window. I will never forget this.
He has been traumatized.
and Eldred next to Reed yells up to you guys, he is very appreciative and will never forget this.
Okay.
Eldred, can you conjure him a blanket or something to wrap around himself? Or
I look up at
Another
Eldred.
teddy bear,
What-
perhaps?
What am I thankful for?
exactly what? Hmm?
You see Eldred go in the backpack that Reed has, pulls out his teddy bear and hands it to him, pats him on the head, says, it's going to be okay, son. Okay.
I
There
love
we
how
go.
helpful my party is.
Uh, Gaius,
Have their
give me
moment.
either an investigation or perception check. Being that you were walking around the room, detecting magic and looking, basically do investigation. You were basically doing an investigation. So
And steer clear of the kitchen and watch your step in there.
So, Paul, I have Has it been an hour since I've discovered the body, and they've gotten here?
we'll say that you can still have it up, but it's
Okay.
coming near
That's
the
what I
end
would-
of it. We'll say.
Yeah. All right. So investigation. Boop. So that'd be a 19.
Okay. So you didn't really detect any more magic. You didn't detect anything more than that the house kind of looks sparse. There's a lot to it that looks like the house of a bachelor who's maybe never had to take care of himself before. But the one
Yeah.
thing that has stood out to you that you figured even the worst housekeeping bachelor probably wouldn't be responsible for is when you pulled the sheets of the bed back to look in the bed, there were marks, kind of like skid mark kind of marks, but of blood.
Oh,
And
thank Bob.
alongside of that, there were marks of like dirt, but it was like a mud, like kind of streaks of black mud.
Okay.
Perhaps
I'll
it's
take- I
not
guess
blood.
I'll take
Maybe
the-
you should lick it.
Reed, you're not here.
Sorry.
You're just in my head.
He's
apparently.
right. It could be a cherry syrup from the local ice cream parlor.
I am
Delicious.
going to reach into my bag of magical gewgaws and maybe take an empty vial from a potion that I've used in the past. I don't know, to save a party member's life or something, and scrape I hope it's dirt into it
Who knows?
for like. Eh,
No,
well,
it
I'll
has
have Reed lick it to see if it has.
any familiarity.
Yeah, it's like, hey, is this chocolate?
At the very least, is it like tangentially related to bacon?
Yeah,
No.
could be. We don't know. Hey,
It's
is this
rotten
crushed up
bacon?
bacon?
It's black and grainy and has a bit of a very rich peaty smell mixed with just which is the strongest, but there's an underlayer of something very unpleasant as well.
It's stoot.
Ah, yes. Stoat poop.
It's always the stoats.
Stoat Poop, the new band out of Scotland.
The new ska band out of Scotland.
Yeah.
It's a ska band.
Anywho, yes.
Dun, dun, dun,
So
dun, 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 dun.
I'll take that sample. And that's all aside from it looks like this gentleman was asleep when he was attacked and then dragged out of bed by whatever.
To clarify, it doesn't look like puddles of blood in the bed. Like I said, it's like streaks almost, similar to skid marks.
That's unsettling. I follow the streak marks. Do they lead to the closet?
Oh, it's just on the mattress.
Just on the mattress, you say?
Yeah, on the sheets on the
Like-
mattress.
Lift up the sheets. Is there any, like, is it bled through to the mattress or then lift up the mattress? Just kind of like inspecting the bed a little bit more.
It hasn't. It's gone through the sheet, but there
Yeah.
may be a few little dots on the mattress. But there wasn't obviously. This
So
it wasn't like a large amount of blood, and it's kind of dried and crusty at this point.
Like happened months ago, kind of dried and crusty, or
It's possible.
Okay, so I'm thinking he was assaulted in his bed, either knocked unconscious, or just dragged off by his assailant, and there was a little bit of blood, and then de-skinned over there.
I
wonder if
can't
he was magically
remember.
put to sleep.
Sorry,
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, did we decide how the skin was removed? Was there clean cuts of a weapon, or did it like explode?
Excellent question, Nikita. I will check the skin.
Shortly
so I
after
examined the
Nikita,
skin.
shortly after Nikita
What?
says that, what you hear one of the old men or women in the crowd go, "Yeah,
God.
the little dwarf woman said that someone hit him so hard it blew the skin right off him."
You know what? That's
You
I think
people
that's
need
better
It's
hobbies.
than-
better
Go
every
away.
time.
Is there a banjo in the background?
Right?
Hold on, let me do that up in a few minutes.
Down, 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 down. Dueling banjos as done by the ska band.
No,
Exactly.
not
Stoat
the stoat poop.
I appreciate the idea that ska is canon in D&D,
Right.
Of course.
which really opens up opportunities for every bard ever.
That's right.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I weep in terror.
there.
The mighty, mighty bard tones.
No.
One of them has a bagpipe.
No.
Another.
We are getting off track.
My name's Skippy. I'm part of Stoat Poop. I play lead Stoat. It's a wind instrument, in case you didn't know.
Yep.
Anyway,
Yes, fantastic. Thank you for. I assume this random bullshit is all happening in Gaius' head as he's trying to.
oh, of course, and
As he's
reads
approaching
from
the
the sound
Discovery
of it.
his own imagination.
So, you described the skin suit as hanging on a hanger.
Correct.
So is like the hanger poking out of the mouth and just kind of like
it
that's how it's
looks.
stuck on
It
there?
looks like
or is
the.
it like the head's flopped over kind of thing?
It looks like it was cut from the back of the skull straight down, and like peeled off.
Gotcha.
Good.
Okay, so this
So
is
when it
like
was on the hanger, it hung, but the head just kind of
flopped forward.
exactly.
Nikita, we're dealing with a mascot kind of cut.
Okay. Okay, that I think is better because I had this horrible feeling someone used magic from a distance to maybe like make his skin swell. So no, cutting we can deal with, hopefully.
Oh, you thought someone made him bigger?
Yeah.
Thickened and then stepped in and then
Like made
Shrunk?
him bigger, pop a hole, or yeah.
Reed
Oh, I
starts
was
to walk away.
imagining-
La 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 la.
I imagine like
Magic
pouring
do
in
that?
like water through the holes. It's magic, so probably. Eldred,
It's like
you're
peeling an egg. You make a crack in it and let the water get underneath to separate the membrane and the boiled eggs.
yeah, maybe. I now don't ever want to eat eggs again, but yeah, it could be like that.
Just don't boil them.
No, this is more of kind of just soup, like just a zipper on the back of your clothing kind of deal. Just
Gotcha.
step in, step out.
Just minus the clothing part, says Eldred.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, because you don't want to have wrinkles in your skin suit.
Is
That's
it
why you
Reed
hang it
is-
up.
Oh God,
Reed
I
is
hope this
behind
isn't
the-
another person.
I'm behind the rest of the crowd now. La 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 la.
So, Mr. Carlisle shows up and
Yay!
comes up and says, I'll need everyone to clear out so that I can focus and do my job. And the guard's like, yes, Mr. Carlisle, absolutely, Mr. Carlisle. Everybody out, everybody out.
Can I, under my breath, to Mr. Carlisle, if you are going to go up there, it's nasty. Just letting you know.
Well, thank you, young lady. I appreciate that.
Someone
Hey.
get him a barf bag.
He turns and his young assistant is nearby and says, I think it might be a good idea to go and get... I have a bag of eucalyptus back in my study. Could you go and be back here within a couple minutes? And you see the boy's eyes go wide and goes, I'll be as fast as I can, sir. Very good. I'll meet you here. So he goes off, and
This is a smart idea.
you see him go up the ladder, go to walk in the front door, and then you hear, nope, and he steps back out and goes, I'll just wait for my assistant.
Yep.
Wait for the smelling. Yeah.
It gets worse the farther in you go.
Yeah.
You see,
Guys, go stepping out. I recommend oil of mint.
Coffee beans.
Any kind of smelling
Peppermint
salt,
extract.
really.
Vanilla extract.
the boy
Oh,
comes...
you don't want the smelling salt. That kind of clears up your pathways for better scents.
Just get some scented candles, like all the scented candles, just all of them.
Yes.
Oh,
You have menthol.
yeah.
Eldred says, yeah, the candles, if with the way the body is, you're going to want to set up for a nice romantic time with them. So maybe bring a bottle of wine, a little charcuterie board.
Always have.
Maybe you want to pregame with the wine.
There you go.
Pre.
Anyway, so the young man comes back with a number of things, including you do get the whiff of eucalyptus, but there seems to have some salves and bottles of different liquids and things like that, and goes upstairs.
Yep, you put the lotion in the basket.
And you see
Bad enough, but-
Mr. Carlisle kind of takes and puts something under his nose, and then they go in, and shortly after they go in, the young boy comes out, and he's like breathing heavily and just kind of standing at the edge of the porch, just waiting.
I will help him down and kind of show him towards Reed, and you two hang out together. Be supportive for each other.
Group hug.
Yeah.
You've both been traumatized. Support.
Yeah,
one
you've
another.
both been traumatized.
I'm walking in
One
a
of those
circle.
that was easy buttons, but it says trauma.
So eventually Carlisle comes out maybe a half hour later, comes down the ladder, looks to the guards and says, definitely dead, and I don't think this is something that, although we may want to check out the hunters in town. And they go off talking together, him and one of the guards. And the other guards say, okay, let's disperse. Everybody go about your business. And he turns to all of you and says, we'll be in touch, I understand. So just make yourself available. Everybody else, nothing to see here.
Who's
And,
the next of kin for Mr. Goodry? Are you turning
We're
over the
working
body
on
to them
that.
at some point?
We're working on
Okay.
that. You hear one of the people in the crowd going, I heard there were fluids everywhere. And people are just muttering and talking as they're splitting apart and going their own way, and goes, let's talk about this over a drink. Let's head to the Sunny Day. That sounds like a good idea. You know, I heard he was naked and they did atrocious things to him. Really? Do tell. And they just kind of wander on off. So you're there. The one guard is there, kind of. He's currently roping up the ladder to kind of make it a no-go zone. And he's just staring at you going, you can go about your business, folks. No need to be here anymore. We'll take it from here.
Okay. Well, you have fun with that.
Yeah, you might want to actually keep somebody here permanently so people don't go in, but
Especially when everyone's
I
borrowing
think
his
we're
skin.
probably going to be doing that anyway, but that's a very good idea. Thank you, miss.
No problem. Shall we go talk about magical nuts with Mama Tar?
Perhaps, yes.
What
Okay.
about magical nut?
We'll have this
Talia wasn't there.
discussion. Oh yeah. Yeah, huddle away from people. Just
Yeah.
that's what we're doing before going to see Mama Tar. Oh, so I examined the body and we found some kind of plant fibrous thing with runes carved into it in the body, in the mouth in particular. I took notes on what it was kind of written on some of it. Obviously, the skin was removed from the body. There looked like there may have been, I don't know, I don't think it was a struggle, but it looked like maybe the body was dragged from the bed into the closet, perhaps. So I'm assuming they were either assaulted when they were sleeping, or maybe some kind of magical sleep spell, or some kind of they drank too much. I mean, hell, this guy's wife died. He was probably past blacked out drunk for all that we know. And let's see. I had a okay conversation with him. I determined that he was dead for about half a year. Happened at night, and it hurt, which shouldn't be a surprise. But he wasn't the most helpful of
Dead people.
people. Well,
Did he see
because they're
or
dead
say
doesn't-
anything about who or what at this point did it?
it was darkness. So, darkness in the night. So that would either imply that it was so dark he saw like only a silhouette, or this thing was made of darkness. But interesting.
So there
uh,
might have been
Yes.
there might have been evil darkness in the skin.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Hey, did you get a look at the eyes, Reed, of the guy?
yeah.
What did they?
Yeah, they
do you
were-
remember?
They were creepy eyeballs. I mean,
Could you?
But what color? Were they
Yeah, were they
bloodshot?
normal eyes?
Paul, I
Did
didn't
they
get
glow
the
with
eye
inner
color. for that.
darkness?
You would say it was kind of like a bloodshot jaundice yellow.
But the actual eye
Eek.
color was not anything special.
It was too dark to tell.
So the whites were bloodshot and jaundiced. Okay, well,
Yes.
that helps out some. Okay, group, be on the look for jaundicey, bloodshot eyes in people. That's good. Also, just not pools of darkness, so that's a plus.
Eldred says, where we would normally just walk by it and ignore it. Maybe we should probably pay attention.
Well, it's means that potentially the thing in the suit has a form instead of just being some kind of nightmare creature made of darkness.
Like the
We
ones
haven't
in
run
Seven
into weird
Rivers.
crap before. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
Hey,
this
I
Tom,
is
get
it's time to
almost
see who did this.
yes, this is almost normalish.
Talia, are there other hunters that would be very good with cutting and skinning?
I mean, generally, if you're going hunting and plan to prepare your own catches, you need, at least a decent amount. The basics of skinning smaller, maybe even medium-sized game, but I can't think of anyone specific that's especially skilled at it. There are some people that go into the woods and hunt from town, but not as much as, say, I
Well,
do.
How about this? Is there hunters that use magic in town? Because we definitely need to have those two.
Not that I know of.
Wait,
We're
do we have
literally
anything
just-
to give Mama Tar?
Oh yes, I have a sample of dirt. I have the runes that I've copied from the thing that was shoved inside the guy. Got some stuff.
Do you still
Great,
have
we
the nut that was shoved down his throat?
I believe I took that. Yes, I
Okay.
didn't leave that laying around. And I have nuts. It's nut
What?
singular. I have nuts. The nut, the seed. We're not doing the whole joke again. It's the thing I pulled out of the guy's head.
A
What
single
joke?
large nut.
Yes,
Singular
I've seen-
large.
I mean, I'd say go to a doctor, but you already practice medicine. But anyway,
Yes, I'm sadly the
Back to the
closest
matter
thing
at
we
hand.
have to a doctor.
Okay.
All right. Pool our money and go check out Mama Tar again.
Okay, I assume that
Off
you've
we
been
go.
walking as you've been talking. So you go about 6 houses down and you see her shack back in the woods. You know, it's getting a little later now. And once again, instead of stilts, it's up on a bunch of trees. You get up to the ladder, and who's doing what?
I'm not taking point.
I'll
Guys
go up
knocks on the
first.
door, shaving a haircut.
Gaius
Yep.
climbs up and knocks on the door, and Nikita, you're up with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll follow.
Okay, and Butt Trumpet as well.
I wait till the door's answered. So
Okay.
Yeah, Rage
Uh,
and chill. You let out some woosahs.
Gaius, while you're knocking on the door, give me a perception check, please, or investigation.
Can I help him with that?
You certainly can.
Yay.
Double perception. Nope. Yeah, there you go. 26.
Okay.
That's what I like to see.
Okay, so you knock on the door, and you're a little taken aback because the door sounds different. The door before sounded rather flimsy. Like like this house looks like it was put together not with a lot of care, kind of thrown together well enough for it to last. But it is not something like high quality materials were not the priority here. Shelter was the priority. And a lot of the wood was not like a thick quality or a solid quality. A lot of it was, just meant to do what it had to do. And you remember the door kind of reverberating when you knocked on it and kind of shaking a little bit. This feels like you're knocking on much more solid wood. It also, with a 26, it also seems to be bulging a little bit.
Oh, fuck.
Bulging to me?
Yes.
Or.
Shit.
Okay.
Is your magic still up?
If not, I will activate. First, I'm going to step to the side and
Yeah.
away from the front.
I'll be the other
standing in front
side.
of the door. I cast
Hold back
detect
butt
magic.
trumpet behind me.
I was
I
gonna
need
be
to-
like,
Hand signals. Stay away from the door.
Back it up, back it up.
The door is not magical.
Yeah, I get that. So, is there just a door, Paul? Is there no windows or anything?
There are no windows. It's like a tar paper shack. The door seems to be the only entrance that you know of.
Okay. Hey, could you guys double check to see if there's any other way in? Because is she not answering? Was there any?
No answer whatsoever, but like I said, when you knocked, instead of that reverberation of cheap wood, it felt like you were knocking on something much more solid.
Now, has the appearance of the door changed, or
Just in the
anything?
fact that it looks like it's bulging out towards you a little bit.
Squishy bulging, like when he knocked, did it move or?
No, it's solid. It's not budging.
Okay.
But as opposed to it just looking like it was, like I said, he remembers from knocking before it, there was like a reverberation of cheap wood that is like parts of it have begun to kind of separate from the weather.
Yeah.
This kind of has begun to bulge a little bit out and feels very solid for some reason.
I bang on, I guess, the wall next to the door.
Okay.
Mama Tar, are you in there?
Reed will do a lap around the house if he can.
Talia will take a lap around the opposite way.
There are no windows in this house.
Spooky.
So
All I'm
I
saying
will.
is-
But now that you've walked around the base of it, you do notice that this house, no wonder it's kind of sturdy. There are a lot of trees that are kind of holding it up from underneath. So whereas the other houses just have stilts on like the four corners and maybe a row of them down the center, this has a whole bunch of trees that are of different thicknesses kind of coming up underneath and around the sides and underneath and everything. But there are no windows on any side. There's just that front door.
Hey, Reed. I need your help with the door.
All I'm saying
Okay.
is,
Gaius,
if we find two dead bodies in the same day, it starts to look really suspicious.
I was going to suggest I can hold up my shield and maybe does the door swing out or swing in?
Out.
So if I
You
try
remember
to
from last time.
if I try to open it but like one arm, everything else behind the shield, and then hope,
I mean, if you want to attempt that, I have plenty of magic, so
all right.
I can
But
fix
Trumpet, do you
whatever
want to
you
go over
break.
to want to go over to Gaius's side because I don't know the force of whatever, if anything comes blasting out. Hopefully, will hit me, not you.
I mean, I hate the sound of that, but I understand what you're saying. You be careful. Does she have her shield?
Yep.
You hold that
At which
fucker
point-
up.
At which point, Gaius is pulling his out. He's like, "Yep, I'm ready to."
Okay,
I
so
jump on the Gaius's back.
Double
Yeah.
shield.
Yeah.
Nikita, how are you going about this? Because I will remind you that you remember from before that Mama Tar seemed to have a number of locks on this door.
Jeez Louise.
Well, I will be holding the shield in front of me, and I'm picturing that if I'm looking at the door, I'm on the right-hand side, so I'm actually on the left-hand side, and I'm going to try to open with my right hand. But so at least jiggle the handle to see if it's...
The handle
Opens.
doesn't budge.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so it's locked. So why not, if we're just making a trend of B&Es today, why not
Yes.
let Reed do his thing? He opens but stays behind the door, so he swings it open while you two still have your shields up. So he's behind the door opening it, and whatever comes out.
We can try
Sure.
that if Reed wants to.
Sure, I'll do it.
All right.
I need to get some practice anyway.
And
Oh,
last
trend
time
of
it
the
wasn't
day.
a B and E. We just E'd.
Yeah, this is true.
Okay,
Wait,
sure.
what did we eat?
We entered a building, which is not illegal as far as I'm aware.
We didn't eat. Okay.
I think trespassing
No.
still applies, even if it's unlocked.
Gotta have somebody alive that owns the property to trespass on.
Why do you know this?
I read a lot. This is not a thing that's not known.
I read about it in the paper.
I looked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. That's what you read about in the.
I could have just made it up to justify
The Grove
an illegal act.
Gazette.
This is true too. That's what I
Sounded
would
good.
go with.
Yeah.
They do say 78% of statistics are made up.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, 100% of the time.
60% of the time, it works every time.
Okay, so
I will,
Gaius and Butt Trumpet are off to one side of the port, this small little platform in front of the door. Nikita and Reed are in front of the door. Tell me from there what you're doing.
Is there locks to pick, or is everything like locked on the other side?
There's
Bunch of
one
dead
lock to pick. Depending on the type of lock on the other side or what they're using on the other side, sometimes you can do it from this side. Sometimes not. Sometimes it's a matter of actually kind of using like a chisel sort of thing to kind of break it off
Okay.
if you can't lift it up or something like that.
All right. I will try to pick that lock. But right as I go to do it, I turn around and make sure there's no guards standing down there looking at us.
Okay, give me a perception check, please, Mr. Reed.
Nosy Nelly neighbors.
But Trumpet seems to be helping you, so take advantage.
Nice.
Hey.
Woo!
No, you don't see anyone over there.
Okay.
It's far enough back in the woods that you feel like you would have probably seen there. Everyone's kind of, you see people wandering off back into town and into the residential areas and up the hill and stuff like that.
I will attempt to pick that lock then. Ooh,
Well done.
Ooh,
Okay.
Dang.
easy.
You are able to pick the main lock.
Mhm.
2 other locks you are able to relieve from through the it's a very tight little opening between the door and the jamb.
Mhm.
And you feel a lot of pressure. It's a lot of wedging in there, but you have one of your picks that's kind of like a nail file that's incredibly thin that you were able to do that. There's just one lock, that one little what appears to be like a bar sort of thing, that you're not able to pick because there's really no way to do it from this side of the door.
Is there actual space that we can like
It's
is there air coming through the door jam
no,
there?
it's like when you had to work things through there, you kind of had to really kind of force them through there. But from your experience, you were able to kind of jimmy what you needed to get through some of the locks. But there appears to be, like, one was a big board sort of thing, and you were able to lift that up. That took probably the most time because it was heavy for you. And you were able to lift it up, and you felt once it got above a certain little point, you felt like a little pop. Like it was, the door was relieved of that bar now. You never heard the bar fall or anything, but you know that you took care of that. And now you just have this one, what appears to be a metal bar that's probably about that thick, that seems to be going across, but it's unable to be lifted. You probably need to either do some hammering or just bust through it, or something like that. But you were able to get through 3 other locks.
So
Piece of cake.
I think I got all the locks that I can get. I think there's some kind of bar though. You might have to bash it if we're gonna break in.
All right. Should everybody? Do you guys want to get down off of the platform, and I'll just
Well,
hit it with a hammer?
hey, Eldridge, do you have magic hand thing? I've read about that one. The magic hand.
Mage hand.
Yes, thank you. That one.
I
You have magic
usually
hands?
know it.
Or butt trumpet. Do you have mage hand? You are.
I absolutely do not.
Yeah.
So why do you think the door's bulging like this?
Usually
have-
pressure from. Hopefully, it's
Go
not
ahead.
like a wave of blood.
Might be a lot of
No.
blood.
Okay.
Yeah,
Eldred
we've already
says,
got one horror movie reference in here.
Eldred says, yeah, I have it.
So do you? I guess this is Reed. This is your. Could you describe the thing that he would need to try and like lift up or whatever, manipulate?
Oh yeah,
Eldred?
I think it's like a metal bar, but it's like wedged pretty heavily on the other side of the door, keeping it from opening.
Eldred does his thing, and you see
I
him
stand
kind
up
of
to the side.
like trying to get him to. You see him struggling. You see him really struggling here, and he's like, I don't know what the problem is, but I'm unable to get this thing to really move. The hand seems I seem to have a hard time getting the hand to actually do anything or move. Actually, I feel like I'm getting this bar, but trying to move it in any way, I'm having a really hard time.
Does your hand feel stuck?
A little bit, yeah. I even tried. a different section, but moving the hand around back there is very difficult.
Does it feel like it's in something? Like, does it feel like the house is full of something?
Maybe.
Like, I know we were joking before, but
Maybe.
But Trumpet, you think
Something
it's full of
thicker.
blood?
Thicker
I
Might
don't
be
think
leaking
it's-
out.
Well, while they're doing that, could Talia be looking? One, she's kind of curious about two things. One, the way the trees grow. Does it look like they've been like the branches have been trimmed in such a way that to support the house and just like have to be constantly maintained, or are they somehow being manipulated to grow that way for the support of the house? And two, just look at the underside of it in general.
Give me an investigation roll, please.
Yeet. Ah!
What you know is, especially the ones on the outside part holding up the kind of frame of the house, of the shack, trees don't usually grow like that, although one or two looks like someone got lucky and was able to kind of wedge them. But some of them look like, well, between you and me, out of game, it's almost like they were trained like a bonsai tree kind of thing.
Okay.
Some of them, but there's a lot of different tree types under there, really giving this thing like some solidity.
Any
Okay, I
kind
have
of
a
secret
question.
trap? Oh.
Nope.
I was gonna say, can I also then check for like trap doors or anything?
That roll would have handled that if you.
Okay, never mind then. I don't know. There's nothing as far as I could tell.
But Trumpet.
so sorry about that. Didn't mean to speak over you. Anyway, kind of a weird question. So, most of the locks are taken care of except for this one bar, right?
Correct.
Is Eldred still doing Mage Hand?
He's trying. It's not going to last. It'll last for a little bit, but
Would I be able to, would there be a way that I'd be able to have an Arcana check on that bar via Eldred's Mage Hand?
I don't think so, because I don't know that you could utilize someone else's spell focus.
Okay, that's the main question, because otherwise, if the door had any kind of cracking open because the other locks are taken care of, I'd try to do it that way, but I wouldn't be able to concentrate on it as well.
Reed, what was your roll again? You rolled for your perception really well, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 21. Yeah.
Okay. This bar, you figure if someone were to slip like a short sword or a dagger through there and then like use a hammer to kind of hammer it off, that might work also.
I've got a dagger.
I have a
I
hammer.
got a hammer.
Yeah.
I got a hammer.
Jinx.
So we're committing to the breaks of this
Let's
part
work
this time, huh?
together.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're this far.
For the safety of an elderly lady.
Duh.
We're all in this together, breaking
yeah.
into a house that's not ours.
Can't prove it.
We can't prove it.
I don't think that's exactly true, but you know.
You want to try that,
I think
Nikita?
tree
You
house
can
is a
probably
real
hammer
house.
it up.
Yeah. But Trumpet, can you hand me your dagger?
And here,
Yeah.
wrap cloth around the head of the hammer to muffle the sound. Weird how the hammer sounds like a telephone ringing.
What's a telephone?
You have reached
Yep.
the house of Mama Tar. I'm not in at the moment, but as the sound
Please leave a
of
message.
the sound of the creepy beep, please leave your message.
Reach Miss Mamatar. I tell your future.
So Nikita will take the dagger. Reed, can you point to on the door where the bar is, roughly? Like, where should I stab the dagger to lever it?
I I motion to it like Vanna White.
Awesome.
Man, oh,
Don't forget the.
I'd like to buy a vowel, please.
Yeah.
You also notice, Nikita, that whereas it was bulging a lot more, it now seems to kind of all be out a little bit now.
oh God, it's alive.
It's
Everybody
gonna
get the
blow.
fuck back. 'Cause whatever. She's Mama Tar for a reason, and something in her cauldron. I don't know. Just back
Oh
the fuck
God,
up.
is it just a bunch of tar against the door?
Yeah, that's what I'm leaning.
Y'all are worried
Uh,
about blood.
remember
Now we're
black-
getting some BP
Yeah.
level nonsense in here.
Exactly. Nikita will do her best to stab the dagger between the door and the jam under the metal bar.
Okay. Well, Reed told you that if you want to get it in there and so that it actually butts up against the metal bar.
Oh, okay. Then
Because
that's
he
what I
already
tried
tried to lift it.
Right. Then
So
that's
you're
what I
trying to
tried
push
to
it
do.
to break it off.
And
Gotcha.
when you're sticking the dagger in there, you find there is a lot. It's very tight. Where the
Okay.
jam and the door come together. It's very tight, but you can, with a little work, get it through there. And you hear the clink of metal on metal when you hit it. Takes you a couple times, but you find it.
Excellent. Seriously, everyone, please back up. Did you have a piece of cloth I could wrap around the hammer, Gaius? You mentioned something
Oh yes,
about
yeah. Yeah, there's some
Placebo.
handkerchiefs.
Plural. Handkerchiefs, plural.
Perfect.
Plural.
Wrap
Yeah,
hammer.
careful. Those are. I have those embroidered with my. Anyway.
Then take them back and give me something you don't care if it gets blown up.
Eldred goes, I can help you. And he goes, Reed, where's your bunny? Is it with you?
No!
People are such assholes.
He goes, well, all right,
Why
hold
am I
on.
the asshole?
He reaches down the back of Reed's pants and just starts pulling out these brightly colored handkerchiefs.
What?
They're
Stop
all
it, Eldred.
attached.
Stop it.
Here you go.
Why would I use Reed's butt handkerchiefs? Butt chiefs.
I didn't
You
even
didn't
know I had
specify.
butt
How
handkerchiefs.
many?
You didn't
How I didn't
specify.
even know they were
Reed, you
there.
never told me you had these. I am very concerned.
Eldred did magic handkerchiefs from my butt.
Oh, okay. Haven't seen that one before. Give me the butt.
Trauma.
Yeah, give me the butt tissues.
I think we found our new T-shirt. On one side it says
Trauma.
Grognard and Friends. On the other side, just in big letters, trauma.
Yeah.
With the D at the end. You gotta go trauma'd.
Anyway,
I will wrap up the hammer and I will hit a home run on the dagger.
And then you jam
With
your
guidance.
finger.
Okay, so I'm assuming an attack, right?
Yep.
And everyone is backed up,
Away.
right? Please tell me there's like a massive
Yeah.
radius because
Talia's not even on the porch. She's been.
Oh, good. Good. I'm imagining myself being flung through the air at great speeds.
Ooh.
Shit. This is a terrible
Talia-
idea.
Talia, you
and
might-
then she
You
swings.
might need to catch her. Talia, can you catch
Right.
Don't.
Nikita?
Don't.
Get my,
Get out of the way. Yeah.
Woo!
Okay. Wow,
Are you
that's a
in full
lot of
armor?
bonuses there. But
Should
with
Steve
even with the 11, you got it.
Okay.
Now, if
The
you
door
would be
wasn't
so
moving.
kind as to give me a dexterity check, please. Saving throw.
Oh, no.
Mm.
Oh, no. I was hoping that
Thanks.
would mean it was. I was hoping it would mean a check means it wouldn't be so bad.
Nope.
You see Nikita, she wedges this dagger in, she wraps the hammer. She's like hitting it repeatedly. And then you hear her like look over her shoulder and go, I think it's loosening. I think it's loosening up. And then you hear a one whack and the door pops. And you just see the dwarf kind of ass over tea kettle kind of go off the platform about 15 feet. And
You in full armor there, Nikita?
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Just
Yep.
pots and pans all the way down.
Clang, 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 clang.
5 points of damage. You did you ones and twos.
Lucky, let's go.
Yeah, right?
Okay, so what happens is the door pops open. Gaius and Butt Trumpet, are you on the side of the door hinges or the side of the door lock?
Yeah, on the side of the lock so the door doesn't swing
Yeah.
and brain us.
Okay.
I
That door
assume the lock.
slams against the other side, and
Mhm.
all of these branches, it like in unison, come rushing out the door and just kind of over the edge. They go farther than the edge of the platform, and it's just like the doorway is filled with black, gnarly looking, knobby, sharp, pointy briarwood like branches, like with briars throughout them and everything, little thorns. But the door has kind of, obviously these branches were kind of what was pressing up against it. What do you do, Gaius and Butt Trumpet?
Hey, Nikita, you all right? I think she's all right.
I hope
You
she's
okay?
I'm trying
Sally's
to
gonna help
regain
her
my feet,
stand
and I'm
up.
like, I knew
Wheeze
that
if
was
you're
gonna
all right.
Nikita,
We-
just for a second, is just starfished on the ground,
Yeah.
kind of blinking. And then finally
gonna give her
works
a
to
hand
get
up.
themselves
Little
up.
blue butt trumpet circling my head.
with all of them with their head thrown back, just laughing as they go around.
Exactly.
Yes, please.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes, I think.
Ah, yeah, they're fine. See?
What the fuck is it?
Get my dwarfs to
Tree.
fly.
What? It isn't any gross liquid. It's a tree.
Yeah, Brentwell.
Branches.
Get some branches from.
Does it
using
match
my
any of the
keen
trees that
sense
are
of
around the
observation.
house?
Thank you, Talia. Yeah.
These, you saw like some darker, because there were so many trees. I mean, when you looked in, you only, with the way you rolled, you didn't roll great. So you saw that there were some darker trees, but you just assumed that, you know, that was because of the shadow of being here in the woods and the other trees around it. But around the center, there were a few darker barked trees than the rest of them.
What's behind the branches?
Is
We
it
can't
how
see.
thick? Yeah, how thick is it, Paul? Can we actually? Is it just like a couple that were, or a whole rat's nest?
Yeah, I want to know if I
going
can move any of them out of the way.
Okay, someone give me an investigation check, please.
Hang on, I can do it.
on? I will help.
Go forth, Butt Trumpet.
Go forth with.
I am staggering back
advantage.
to the base of the.
Great work.
Okay.
Thanks.
What you do find, Butt Trumpet, is a couple things. The branches are a little brittle, so they break pretty easily at this point. It's a black bark, but the wood inside is almost like driftwood gray. It doesn't look like healthy wood. And these branches are kind of knobby and gnarly, and there's a number of thorns along them, so you have to kind of watch where you grab. But you could feasibly break, because the ones here are a lot thinner than deeper in, you imagine. So you could probably break a bunch or squeeze between. You might take some scrapes and scratches and stuff, but you could someone could probably get in there and get a much better look. It would just take some finagling and wiggling and kind of, you know, branch breaking and such like that to get inside. It's not impossible. It's probably doable, just a real pain in the ass.
I mean, I'm already pretty tiny. I could probably maneuver my way in there. If we want me to roll for acrobatics.
Well, why don't you? And Gaius goes reaching into his magic pouch. Let's see, what do we got here? Yes, pulls out, looks like a fur ball and smacks you on the head with it. Cat's Grace. There you go. Enjoy that dexterity advantage, or just
So
Go ahead, Bud Trumpet.
I can
enjoy
roll
squeezing
acrobatics
in
with advantage?
Yep.
there. Yes, you get.
Woohoo!
Ayo.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Those double 17s.
Okay.
Mission impossible.
Also, you don't take damage from falling 20 feet.
Okay, you squeeze in there. At moments, you feel like you're in that Japanese game show where people have to make shapes with their body as the walls come rushing
Hole in
towards
the
them
wall.
with the hole. You also you're kind of winding yourself around. At one point, you kind of climb up on some of the branches to get closer. It takes a while. It takes a real good while. But what you find is this entire shack is filled with these trees that when you get to the center, to the one side of where the little fireplace was set up in the middle, there seems to have been a number of trees that probably about this diameter or so have come up through the floorboards, shattering the floorboards. And at the center, you see Mama Tar raised up about 4 feet off the ground. Her legs kind of hanging like she's sitting on the edge of a stool. The branches beneath are wet and glistening. And as your eyes follow her body up, you see her head thrown back, that hair just kind of dangling down her back and her shoulders, the ones with little bangles and trinkets just hanging limp, as a bunch of branches stretching her mouth beyond its limit have rushed up and gone up with the other ones through that hole in the ceiling that was used for the fireplace. And as you're looking, you see that some smaller branches have also come up through the eye sockets. And she's
Okay,
just kind of hanging there.
Okay, I'm running an arcana check on these branches. See if I can detect particular dark juju, or if
Okay.
I've ever come across this either from Mamulian or from Alistair or any of his readings.
Okay.
Ritual gone wrong.
Damn it.
No. That's you. Alistair's never studied anything like this. Mamulian, on the surface, it seems up his alley. But the feel you get is that it's the wrong church. You know, you're kind of like in the Pantheon, but you're in the wrong church, if that makes sense.
I think so.
But that feel of that nasty feel you get with the sort of magic that Mamulian did, there's a similar nastiness here. It's different, but it's kind of tweaking those same spots of discomfort with you.
Okay. Yep. So, guys,
What do you see?
well,
What does she say?
Mama
don't
Tar's
know.
in here.
Oh no.
Oh, they found Mamatar.
Oh boy.
And
Maybe
Here we go
not
again.
the way you'd want me to find her.
oh no,
Eldred goes, "Does she have her skin?"
Yeah.
Did you find her in
Yeah,
the bath?
She's,
That's
I'm just gonna say it, she's impaled.
Ah,
What did she say?
Something about snails.
Shut
Nope.
Says
up.
Eldred.
Guys, it's really
Back
fucked
into the
up
back
in
of the head.
here.
No.
I want to come out. I want to come out. I want to come out.
Come
This
out,
is too much.
come out.
Maneuver my way
Are
out of
you
it.
trauma now too?
Yep. Hella.
Mm.
So
Okay,
I guess I still have detect magic going, Paul. So if
Yeah.
when we open the door, is there any kind of
There.
There's some dark juju afoot over there for sure.
Yeah, you get the first of all, Butt Trumpet take 3 points of damage from the thorns and everything.
Damn it.
And Gaius, you definitely get a feel. It's almost like a nasty dew on all these branches that's kind of just this little sprinkling of magic that has the same feel as you found in Gudry's house.
oh my? Well, whatever took out Mama Tar was probably also our Skinwalker. Is that the name we want to start using for this thing?
Oh
It's the
no.
Baba. There's
Well,
nobody
no, we
left.
don't know that.
right?
Oh, it could be, or it could be. Granted, these are mostly like folk tales I've read. When dealing with something that you make deals with, they influence. It could be someone who made a deal with the Baba, and maybe didn't get what they wanted, or maybe this is what they wanted, which would be kind of messed up. I'm gonna have to go in there,
You're
and
going
we're
to
gonna have
cut
to
your
talk
way
to the
in.
guard again.
You
Yeah,
know,
it was
get a weed
smash-
whacker up in there.
What's that?
I don't know what happened to me. Something came over me.
Yes.
That trumpet got weed whacked, and so just had
Yes.
a moment.
Just feel like there's a
Hmm.
more effective way to get through all of this foliage.
Yes.
Oh, there are no leaves.
Don't we
Does
wish?
anyone know anything about like nature magic? Is that a thing? Someone who could be like an animal with the skinwalker, but also talk to trees and make them do this?
What a time to
Oh,
have a druid.
Right?
Druid, yeah. I've
Eldred
heard of
says
these folk.
Eldred says there are druids, but they're usually pretty nice people, from what I gather. There
Yeah,
are
they don't usually.
there are also hedge people that call themselves hedge wizards that are like wannabe magicians and spellcasters.
Right.
But kind
they-
of
Do they control hedges?
well,
No, the term comes from usually a town or a small community has hedges instead of walls, and the wizard lives outside of the hedge. It's head wizard because they don't actually. They're usually poorer. They don't have nice houses. Mama Tar could have classified as a hedge witch, I guess, but she was
I
in town.
guess.
Hmm.
Do you want me to go get a guard?
Hold on. Let's
Hold
before
on.
You guys saw her yesterday, right?
Yeah.
this probably happened overnight when we were all distracted,
At the party.
most likely.
okay, guys,
Because
what
I
are you
would
doing?
like to get in there. That is a good question. Hey, is this the vines, the trees? Is it still alive, Paul, or is it dead wood now?
The stuff in the shack? Well, from what you saw Butt Trumpet show you, you don't know. Looks like it might be dead, but you know that for things to get like that, they don't like grow this fast and then die. You know, to get this kind of gray driftwood like look to the wood, that's usually stuff that's been around for weeks, if not months. And I will say this, the bark on this wood not only is incredibly weird in the fact that it's like it's like filled with wooden tumors and bulbousness, but there's a lot of thorns and everything along it.
Yeah.
You've never, and on top of it, the bark is like black. Like you've seen dark bark, but this is black.
Yeah. So, I guess I'm see if I can help it along. I'm going to just grasp a piece of it and of the whole thing, and then cast inflict wounds on it.
Oh.
And just see if I can murder the tree more. Just
Okay, go ahead.
help. All right. 17 to hit.
Okay.
Okay.
Being that you
that'll
grasped
do-
it and wasn't putting up any resistance, I figured it was fine.
Yeah, so
A branch
12
reaches over.
12 necrotic damage just pulses through.
Give me a perception check with advantage, please, there, Gaius.
All right. 1 and 2. So 27?
Okay. You are pretty darn sure that there is absolutely zero change in this wood.
Okay, so this is probably already dead wood. All right. Pulls out the hammer, gets the shield out, and just starts just swinging and hacking it. Actually, hold on. Puts the hammer away. Then we got a sword or an axe. Nikita, you got an axe, right?
No axe.
Talia?
I have a
Daggers.
short sword that is silvered. I am worried about using that here. Dagger's probably too small, duh.
Yep.
Blade? Anyone got a blade of some length? Reed, you have short swords, right?
I
I have a dagger.
yeah. I mean, we got daggers.
Short sword should work.
Yeah, this is a machete my way through.
Yeah.
And I'm carefully taking my time, not getting torn up, and just.
Okay.
Yes, Reed?
So I only have the one short sword, but you can use it if you need to, of course.
Oh, yeah, it's dead tree. Oh, here, hold my warhammer. And just kind of going in there and just hacking away at the crap.
Reed grabs the hammer and it's like Thor's hammer. It just drops to the deck. He's like, oh.
You're not worthy enough to wield that hammer.
I just want to see him backstab somebody with it, says Eldred.
Jesus.
That would give you a wicked kidney punch, let me tell you.
Let alone a reputation. Okay, guys, give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
10.
Okay, so you bash your way through there. You hear the cracking and the snapping of wood as he goes along. Stuff snapping and hitting you, and it's got a kind of whip-like quality to it when you're hitting it. You know, the smaller stuff breaks off easily. A lot of this smaller stuff is breaking and dropping around your feet. Some of the bigger ones are cracking, and it takes a couple blows. Some of them you're hitting, and it's kind of just causing them to push away from you and then whip back. You eventually make your way towards the center of this shack and see, Mama Tar hanging there, impaled about 4 feet up. The trees beneath her that obviously have grown up through her are just dark and wet and glistening as the fluids drip down the trunks of these smaller trees.
Oh, well, I thought the skin thing was unsettling. Okay. Kind of clear off and drag one of the chairs over to stand up by her mouth, and then just put the sword away, pull out a dagger, and start pruning the vines and stuff clear of her mouth.
Okay, there are no vines. It's
nothing's come out.
It's coming out. It's just branches.
Okay, I just start using the dagger to saw through them and
Okay.
clear her mouth is what I'm trying to do.
Okay, these you would really have to get down in because they're coming up through her. You see her throat bulging.
Yes,
boy.
that's
It's gonna take a while.
It's Hey guys, I'm gonna be busy for a few minutes. Give me like 20 minutes and then get the guards. As I sit there and just kind of like
I'm not sure we're
surgically.
gonna have a full 20 minutes staring at the mess of branches that anyone could walk past and see in the middle of the day.
All
You're
right, well,
further
whatever.
back in the forest. Hopefully, no one's just. Nikita will keep an eye out for if anyone's looking too nosy in our direction.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Hey.
That wasn't me. I know.
Aw. I just saw it go off, and I'm like, oh.
Oh,
Did
Yeah.
the roll
that
just
is
not catch
one
up
of-
with?
It was one of my perception things triggered, I guess, because I alt tabbed.
I
to
don't
do it.
see shit.
You think you're good there, Nikita?
Yep.
Looks fine.
Any
Hey,
blue
so-
cat?
With a 3, you don't see them.
Okay.
Gaius,
Are any of
you
the crows around?
yeah, there are crow. You hear crows in the trees. Gaius, you spend about 15 minutes, and you're able to kind of get
Get
a
out.
lot of the branches kind of cut away, so that they're not sticking out of the mouth anymore. But they're still
Mhm.
packed real tight, like in the mouth, and they're pretty
Yeah.
solid. And the further they go down, the bigger the branches get,
Damn, I am.
and it's
not
really
good.
stretching out the mouth.
Well, that sucks. I won't be able to. Oh, she technically has a mouth, but she's got a mouthful. Though technically, when I talk to the dead, that they're just skeletons. I guess that. Oh hell, let's give it a go.
Yeah.
Is cleared airways a necessity for speaking with the dead?
I would say no because you can technically speak with skeletons.
Exactly.
And I once talked to a face nailed to a wall.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I heard a fey snail on a wall, and I'm like, not sure how that's
Face-
relevant, but okay.
Face nailed to a wall.
I got it the second time.
Anyway, so yeah, guys is like, why is this the frickin' spell I have cast more than anything else recently? This is not good.
Yeah.
Marcus, need your help again. There's another frickin' corpse. Yes, it's the second one of the day. No, I didn't do it. Help me find out who did this. And I cast.
So they can be the third.
Speak with the dead. And blowing incense into the mouth of the thing. Did Paul freeze on us?
Not
Is
at
he
all.
just staring
I'm
down?
reading
Oh,
the
okay.
description here.
He
Oh, I
was
also said
holding
it.
so perfectly still that I also
Yes.
wondered for
Yeah.
a second.
Yeah.
It says
just
it
says
has
it's
to
gotta
have
have
a
a
mouth, which leads me to believe that it has to be a mouth that can kind of help. But
Like, I think maybe like if the jaw is workable, like if as long as her jaw can move.
But it doesn't say, like, if it has a mouth, it doesn't specify you need lungs to push the air through. There's a whole.
Right.
And it's an animating
Yeah,
spirit.
so that's why I'm thinking
I
like
guess,
just a minimum requirement of like a working jaw, so that way the mouth remained in question moves to answer the questions.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, sure. Well, I'll give it a go, and if it works, it works. If not, vines in the mouth.
no
Okay.
vines. It's all wood.
Oh, yeah, all hardwood. Hey, Mama Tar. It's Gaius.
Perhaps.
Nikita yells up, "Do not ask her how it's hanging."
Now, if I had a
Sorry,
question-
head trauma.
Drama.
Mama Tar, do you know who did this to you? If you can't respond with words, 1 knock for yes, 2 for no.
I think nodding would be
Or
even harder than speaking.
one for yes, 2 for no.
Morse code the groans.
Yes, all right, you knew who it was. Okay. Was it somebody from town? This is way more helpful than I thought it was going to be. Oh god, I love these games. Oh gosh, this is very inappropriate. I apologize. Was it the Baba that did this to you, Mamatar?
There is no sound, but you've really never seen this sort of reaction before. But the body, which, parts of it from this straight line from the mouth straight down to the bottom of the torso, it's very rigid. The rest of the body that is outside of that, for a brief moment, you notice goes just as rigid.
So maybe. Did this happen to you last night? Okay, so it did happen during the party. That eliminates a decent amount of suspects. Also, the whole town thing as well. One more question. I am not going to ask how's it hanging. Because that is a complex question. It's not a.
This is true. Not yes and no.
Not because it's just the worst way to spend the last question, but because it can't be answered yes or no.
Well, 1 second, Mamatar, before I release your. Well, it's not a soul. Your animating spirit. Hey, anyone got a good last question? It's got to be a yes or no, though.
Was this a spell gone wrong on her part?
I'm almost certain it wasn't. I could check with that. Anyone else got any other ones?
That's probably the best one, just to make sure she didn't fuck up.
Yeah. Mamatar,
Yes or no?
this wasn't a spell accident by you, correct? Or was it? So did you do this? Was this a spell? It's a no. Nope, they didn't do them themselves.
And you feel like the whole body goes slack once more, except for that rigid line from the mouth all the way down to the bottom of the torso.
Okay.
You do also see, as you've spent time with this corpse, you are seeing little pointy protrusions of skin that you can only imagine are branches from within that are pushing outward.
Yeah.
It's still growing.
Well, hey, yeah, someone call the guard. We got another one. I guess while I'm in here, I will look around, see if there's any other clues. Obviously, I'm kind
I'm
of
beginning
not.
to realize we probably should have asked if it was a member of the Geechee or not, considering they don't consider themselves of the town.
Next time,
Yeah.
I got in 10 days.
I really hope there isn't a next time!
Well, I mean, I can reread. I could talk to the animated spirit again. I just
A
gotta wait
follow-up.
for the. Yeah, it's got to be 10 days though for
Oh,
magic reasons.
okay.
Per my last speak with the dead.
Nikita will walk back towards the town and start looking for a guard to grab.
Okay.
I'll go. I want to go with you.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. Maybe we could.
So
Maybe we could stop at Sunny Days and get a drink. This is horrible.
This is a shitty day. Yeah, I will definitely. Yeah.
I could think of two people that had a worse day.
Well, I mean, I can only think of one.
He's dead
considering Mama
already.
Tar's was... Yeah, one's been gone 6 months. Mama Tar's still only been gone a few hours.
They both had bad days today.
I wasn't saying it was our worst day, just a shitty day. Ah.
Oh no, this
it
definitely wasn't a shitty day. It was a bad day.
I think that once Nikita and Reed get back, I really do think we need to at least start heading towards the Baba. At this point, with everything that's going on, I really don't think there's any other way to turn now. I really think we should start that journey and start heading into the woods. Just saying. I feel like staying here will only raise more questions.
And possibly raise the body count, says Eldridge.
I have said my piece.
Let's go get those
That's
guards.
rather convenient.
Yep.
Okay, so Reed and Nikita head over to Sunny Days.
And tell them to keep their gossiping gab shut this time.
Reed's
All
gonna
right.
tell everybody as he goes.
I heard there were trees coming out of her backside.
I heard she was pooping acorns.
So we go to, or is it Gaius or?
Give me a Nikita or Reed. Give me a perception check or an investigation check, please.
Can I help Reed do it?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
You don't seem to find any guards in the main part of town, and none of them around Sunny Days. You gather that there are a lot of people in the inn drinking, and that possibly there might be some happy hour specials going on.
No, Reed, we can hit it after we get the guards. We need to clean this up. I am hungry too
Okay.
and very thirsty.
Okay.
Or do you want to stay here and I'll just walk on up to the mayor's and grab a fucking guard?
Okay. Well, the guards might be doing something to get that other guy, the skin guy. You know what I
True,
mean? It
but
might
there's
be.
not-
Okay. Yeah. I'll go with you. I don't want to split up. I don't
Okay,
want to lose you.
probably best.
For all I know, whoever was wearing the skin's gonna come back.
And we won't recognize them this time. We'll keep
keep looking
walking
around.
to find the guard towards the mayor's, I guess.
Okay.
By the mayor.
Nikita, you give me a perception check this time, please.
Oh, damn.
If I'm allowed to help, I will.
You can have it with advantage.
Yay!
Advantage. Oh boy.
Rock on.
The two of you just aren't finding any guards anywhere.
Do we see the lady selling pastries?
You've left town. You're over by the residential areas and headed up towards up the hill, up towards the hill.
We are having no luck finding food, drink, or pastries that we could quickly get. Or, guards.
Are we close to the mage's house, Carlisle? Or are we...
Yeah, you are. You're going to go by his house before you would go up the hill.
Ooh, let's
All right.
knock on his door.
knock on Carlisle's door?
There is no answer.
Nikita
Well,
will swear
doesn't
loudly.
necessarily mean
at the door.
Hobart.
Is there
Yes.
anybody in the streets, or is it like desolate other than what we heard?
There-
of
there
going
are
on at 70?
There are a few people here and there. I mean, it's not like bustling, but there are people here or there wandering in the residential part of the town area.
I haven't seen the blue cat, have I?
Not with those rolls, you haven't.
Not with those rolls, yep. All right, keep walking to the mayor's, I guess.
Okay, you get up to the gates of the mayor's estate, and there are a couple of guards there at the front gates.
Excellent. Hello.
The mayor is not accepting visitors at the moment. There seems to be some unique situations at the moment. But you can leave your name and where you're staying and what?
We need guards. We can't
So-
find any guards in the town.
Oh, if it's about that man down in the Geechee, we already know about that. That's what's been going on.
Yeah, no, it's about another body in the Geechee. Mama
Two
Tar
guards
is
look at
dead.
each other and say, "What?"
Mama Tar is dead. We need more guards. Spasiba.
The other one
Jeez.
goes, "God damn it, I'll bet you it's those adventurers. No, that we didn't have any murders until they showed up." And the other one's going,
They
we
said
don't
to
know
the
that. We
adventurers.
don't know that. Okay, so Mama Tar is dead now as well?
She is dead as well.
Okay, is anybody down there?
We have left some of our group down there. They are investigating. We came looking for guards. You two were the first we found.
And who is your group?
We're the
We're the
ones
adventurers.
investigating the missing Veronica.
Ah, what was that, Reed?
We're the adventurers. Sorry.
Oh, and the other one's like, I'll be in here doing paperwork. And the other one says, ah, okay, I will send a patrol down there to check that out as well. We're getting spread a little thin at the moment, it seems.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just so you know, we're not bad guys. We're not doing this.
Yeah. This
Right.
You know
is
that, right?
Well, the truth always seems to come out, so we'll find it one way or another. If you want to wait down there, we'll send a patrol down there to meet you.
all right. Let's head back to Sunny Days, grab some food to see if they've got the happy hour still going. Have to feed the halfling.
As we get away from the guards, I'm just gonna, Nikita, are we gonna get in trouble?
We might read, but everyone saw us at the party. None of us would know how to do that to either of them, I don't think. I mean, you're good
Yeah,
with
but we got-
knives, but not like that good, right?
No, but we got wizards. That sounds like
but
wizard stuff. I don't know what.
that's nasty wizard shit, man. I mean, Eldred's weird, but even he wouldn't do that to someone. She was helping us. But we might get in trouble, so we should probably eat and drink while we can. Definitely look for
Oh.
more pastries if we pass by.
Yes. I like that plan.
Okay, so Gaius and Butt Trumpet and Talia, Nikita and Reed are gone for a while. What are you doing? You're anything else with the body, Gaius, or anything else in there?
No.
But-
I guess investigating or looking around, however you want to call it.
Okay, the shack is pretty well packed with these branches.
Yeah, so I guess I'm just trying from where I'm standing, kind of just look around to see if there's anything though. So I guess perception. I guess just kind of looking around to see if I see anything else out of the
Okay, give me
ordinary.
perception with disadvantage, please.
11
Got a branch in my face.
branches.
There's
Okay.
a stick
Yes.
in my boot.
There's a branch up my butt. You can see the fireplace kind of behind where Mama Tar is hanging. You can see the table that you sat at and the chair that looks to have been shattered by these trees coming up through the floorboards. Other than that, really can't make out anything. It's a mass of these branches everywhere. Like they go to the walls and the ceiling and then just kind of curl back, but they seem to have kept growing. So it's just like the entire shack has this stuff pressing against all the walls and the roof.
Then I guess I'm extricating myself from Mama Tar's residence.
Okay. When you get out, all that time bashing around going in and the little bit coming out, you've taken a total of 7 points. A lot of thorns and such that have kind of torn into your skin and such.
I want to see if Talia wants to see if she can try and remove Malmatar's body from all of that. Like, get her down from there. That's a
Okay.
terrible place to be.
You're going to need a magical. Do you have a
I have no
axe?
magic, nothing. I have daggers, and that's it. If you want to
what is your strength again, Talia?
16.
16. You can try. The strength is going to come in because these branches and tree stumps and such have so stretched out the orifices and the body cavities that it's going to be tough. The only way to get the body off there would probably be to lift it up over the top, off the top. Now, Gaius has cut away around the mouth. So you now know it's not like before where the branches kind of like continued growing up towards that hole in the ceiling. Now you kind of know where you would have to do it, but these branches are really packed in that body tightly. So you could try to use your strength to kind of peel this, not peel, but kind of force it upwards and off, but you're not sure like what that might take and what sort of further damage that might cause.
Okay, then maybe I won't. Gosh.
Magical crime scene.
Magical crime scene. Delightful.
Give
Y'all
me
are
an
cursed.
intelligence roll there, Talia, please.
Oh, this is only gonna go so well. Oh, let's see. It's just a straight D20 for me, so I'm just gonna roll that.
You go.
No.
Biggest problem would be that wood's in there pretty tight. Other than that, it shouldn't be a problem at all.
Oh God! Oh no! I'm gonna do something terrible. I'm about to behead Momatar in the worst way. I just think it's just gonna be a tight squeeze. That's all I think that's gonna be the problem. So I'm gonna try.
Okay.
Gaius, stop her. I'm not there. I know.
I stepped out of the building.
Oh, okay.
I'm not aware of what's going
Out
on.
of the building. Gaius
Yeah.
has left the building.
Gaius, yes. Whatever wisdom I could have imparted
Everybody,
is not
Gaius
there.
has left the building.
This is gonna go so terribly. Oh God! I hope I roll low and make no progress.
Roll me a strength check, please.
God, please, just please don't let me do anything.
Call the number.
No!
In 10 days, guys, can you just speak to a head? If it's just
Yes, in fact,
Yes.
I can. That'd actually be more convenient now that I think about it.
Okay.
Oh no!
Okay, Talia. What we're going to say is this.
Oh no!
You get up on the fireplace, which is like a fire pit, and you figure grabbing Mamatar around the waist and the thighs and lifting up might be the best way to get started. But as you do that, you find very little movement in the body. You keep trying for a while and you're not making any progress. So eventually you really kind of set your legs and go to do it with one big forceful lift.
No!
Give it that good old college try.
There you go.
I failed my intelligence, but almost crit six. The strength. I went full himbo.
So you, with a big oomph, lift, and the body kind of goes up about 2 feet. Well, that's not 100% true. The bottom third of the body goes up about 2 feet. The outside part of the body. The entrails kind of were left because what you forgot with that intelligence roll is while the top kind of accordions a little bit, the mid half, you forgot that these branches and stumps and everything are filled with very thick and sharp thorns.
Gaius looks around the door. Hey, what was that? Oh.
What's going on?
It's Talia's turn to find a corner and just.
Well,
I made a mistake. I made a mistake.
Yeah. You disemboweled her.
Forcibly.
So this
By
is going to be
accident.
awkward to explain to the guards when they get here.
Y'all ever
No,
seen
not really.
that
We found it
product?
like that.
I think it was a.
Talia
I'm pretty
tripped
sure it was a
into it.
meme ad where it was like a fish deboner where you stick the mouth of a fish on this basically just a log stick with with some thorns on it. It's supposed to, like, as you push the fish down, it gathers the bones in the spine and just forcibly debones it.
And everything else.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Yeah, no, you did the opposite of that, though. You, like, pushed up on it and it all came out the bottom.
I just
Like
she
like a reverse push pop.
it just seemed like a terrible place to be.
Or like a broken Pez dispenser where it all came falling out the bottom instead of coming out the top.
No.
So how much of these occurs until Nikita and Reed come back?
Do they come back? They never said they were coming back.
You don't. She's was working on that for a while. Nikita and Reed went into the inn. Sunny Day decided to have a special go because so many people came in to talk about what happened to Mr. Good, and she's gone.
Mostly out of shame.
I need a minute with my shame.
Yeah, well, make sure you wash your shame off in the backyard.
Yeah.
But you're covered.
So eventually, a handful of like 3 guards come down and find you. Who is outside? Was that you guys?
I'm outside. But Trumpet's outside.
Butt Trumpet and Eldred?
right?
Eldred's
Eldred.
definitely outside.
Yeah.
He knows
I
he's so
peeked
tall,
up when I
going
heard
in
the
there
noise.
would just be a mistake. Plus the flowing robes.
Get caught on
guardsman.
everything.
Excellent.
The guards come and say, okay, so you guys again.
Yes, you guys again. It's weird. It's like when we find a thing, we immediately report it to the guards.
We haven't had any dead bodies until you guys showed up.
Oh,
Yeah, you did.
I don't know what to tell you. You've also have had a bunch of disappearances, apparently.
Hey, Gaius, maybe now's not
Hey,
the time.
Butcher.
Maybe we just show
Hey.
them the corpse. How about that?
Okay.
When I hear the guards roll
Okay.
up, can Talia just find a corner in all of that dense wood to hide with her shame in?
Sure.
Yeah. So,
Give
why
me
don't
a
you go
stealth
out there and
roll
take a look?
there, Talia, please.
Oh, now's the time.
The stealth of shame.
Perfect.
Yeah, she did fine. That's fine.
I have to sit in the stealth of shame. Squirrel!
So,
Okay.
After we found the last body, we decided, because I found magic there, consult with the nearest magic user, Mamatar. We found that her door was unlocked, but had some kind of branches or something kind of sticking out. And when the door was forced open, all of that was there. And as you can see, when you go up the steps, that apparently plants forcefully grew up and into her to death.
They go, right, okay. So they climb up the ladder and go in. And you hear, oh God.
Yep. Same.
Amateurs.
Gang.
Amateurs!
And so the 2 of them come out while the one stayed out. The one kind of leans over and just starts vomiting. The other one says, so it looks like the trees grew up and impaled her, but then continued growing up the sides, lifting her legs up and disemboweling her?
Something like that. I know I cut away to her to examine the body a bit closer, and it doesn't take much to just kind of let that stuff loose. I did
The other
take some
one,
tree
the other one had
samples.
come back, and when you say it doesn't take much to let that stuff loose, he then goes, "Oh," and then goes and let a second bout over the edge of the
There he
platform.
goes. There he
Yeah.
Inside the
So-
slapstick murders.
Yeah, it's Keystone Cops investigate the 7 serial killer.
Investigate Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah. Well, I took a couple tree samples from her, like around her mouth and everything, to see if it was some kind of. By the way, magic was involved, so you can get Carlisle here to tell you it was magic again, and he needs to do more investigating. Have you guys heard of the Baba? How long, are you guys like from town, or are you just like?
Yep, fuck it.
Did
just
you
do
guys
it.
get brought with the mayor?
Yeah.
Hey guys, so bad day, lots of buys. You ever heard of the Baba?
Hey, listen, don't critique. Hey, Bush, that's talking. Shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. I apologize. Will you shut the up?
Hey there, you from around here, little lady? So, I was just wondering, what do you think about the Baba?
Yeah. So anyway, guardsmen, are you guys from town? Are you locals, or are you kind of like imports?
He is. I'm not.
You're from town. What's your name, by the way?
Johnson.
Johnson. Excellent, Johnson. Guardsman Johnson.
Influence.
And I'm Smith,
Johnson?
says the other one.
It's good. I thought it was Johnson and Johnson, not related.
No relation.
Special Johnson.
Agent Johnson. Special Agent Johnson.
So, has there been any kind of like, aside from like all the stuff disappearing a couple months back, and obviously the girl going missing, has there been anybody like else in town that just never came back?
They look at each other and they say, "Well, yeah, we've had people have been disappearing, or a lot of people leave town and don't tell anybody.
Hmm.
You know, people go into the woods, and the woods are dangerous. Sometimes there's accidents. We just, So yeah,
Well,
we
I
have
wonder-
people who kind of go missing, but sometimes they're not missing. Sometimes they just chose to leave.
I don't necessarily disagree with your assumptions on those, but I'm starting to think that maybe not all the people that went missing maybe had a misadventure in the woods, or just felt like leaving town. I mean, your town's not bad. It's a pretty decent town. I mean, granted, Marner's a bit of an ass, but whatever.
I mean, the woods was definitely a part of it.
Yes,
Mhm.
but I'm also thinking
From the looks
like,
of it.
well, yeah. In this case, it was the woods definitely got Mamatar, but not in the way most people think. So I'm just saying, you might have had people go missing, and this is just us having to find the bodies. Also, you saw like how the viscera was kind of fresh and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Through my medical experience as a cleric, we determined that this potentially happened to her last night during the party. You know, the party where a lot of us were at.
Right. The other one goes, well, I saw him there.
We were the
The one
guests
says,
of honor.
but what's bothering me here is, what were you doing here in the first place?
Well,
I
like
mean,
I
you
said,
left one dead body and came over to the other dead body.
Well, when we heard that Mr. Goodry couldn't be found, we wanted to see if there was potential connection between him and the missing girl. So we
We've met
stopped
with
at
Mama
his
Tar
house.
before.
Oh yes, we had met with Mamatar before. We knew that she did some magics of a sort, And when I noticed that there was magic,
The one
at the other
guard
guy's
says
house,
she's a witch, is what she is.
she
Exactly.
was a witch. Was. So
Doesn't deserve that.
when I noticed magic around the other dead guy, I came over here to talk to her, because if there's magic there in a dead body, you go talk to the other person that does magic 6 doors down.
Well, Mr.
And then when we
Carlisle
noticed-
come down, and he's the town wizard.
Oh yeah,
This was a much darker
But-
magic than we've ever seen, and it felt very unnatural and not like the local magic user for a town that clearly wants its own peace. This was very disruptive and dark and confusing and something that frankly would require you to ask a witch.
They look at each
That's why
other.
we
They
came
look
here.
down at you, butt trumpet. Look at each other again, and then just turn back, and you just hear the one in the back who was busy vomiting not too long ago just go, "Well, damn."
Not as dumb
yeah.
as I
What she
look.
said. Yeah, what they said. So we came here to ask the witch, Mamatar, R.I.P. If she happened to know anything, and we found her treed.
Okay.
And
You
I
haven't told
suspect
anybody
that
else, right, about this?
No, listen, we came. Listen,
We
we're in your
just
town.
found
We
her.
came to find you guys.
Okay, because whoever found Mr. Goodry, when they came up, word spread pretty fast, and certainly wasn't us.
The only thing we could think of was we talked with one of the Geechee in the area, and that's probably how it spread.
Hmm.
Because we had
Okay.
asked, because we had talked to them ahead of time about Mr. Goodry, so it was kind of.
Okay. Your two short people are the ones who told us about. Where are they inside?
Oh no, no. If I know them, they haven't eaten or drank anything in a while, and they were kind of not wanting to be near this, obviously. So they probably
So
just
you
went back
leave
to
this,
our
and then
inn.
you go decide. Oh, I think I'll go get something to eat.
Drink.
Yeah, because I have dealt with things like this in Grocer, so strong stomachs adventurers have.
You've dealt with murders in the grocery.
No, I've dealt with kidnappings, monsters, gross sewers, basically a whole bunch of nasty crap that's kind of made me a little thick-skinned.
So you're like Goodry then.
Oh, that's too soon, Johnson.
If you have such thick
Maybe-
skin, I'd watch it if I were you. You might end up like him. That sounds like the sort of
Oh,
thing the
you're
person who does
implying-
that would want.
Yeah, and I also wonder how they kept the skin elastic. Because apparently it was like months that was going on.
Must have had some great lotion.
Yes. Do you guys have cocoa around here? Or butter?
Uh,
We're asking the important questions.
the mayor has gotten those two things in on occasion when they come in on the boats.
Well, it's probably not him. Have you noticed him having jaundiced eyes and they're all bloodshot and stuff?
They kind of look at you and go, "What?"
Nope, didn't think so. Okay.
Is there anything
Does
you need
Johnson and
us
Smith-
to tell you about this?
Is there anything you know about this? I mean, it's just freaking weird. Is what it is.
We pretty much
what
know
I-
about the same as you do at this point.
Right now, it's all speculation. I'm assuming Mamatar might have been able to help us, you guys, figure out what happened to Goodry. So whoever got Goodry probably got Mamatar.
Okay.
Also, maybe we should put some protection on Carlisle. because if they're going after magic users,
Okay,
know I'm okay
we'll
in a
post
fight.
some sentries outside Mr. Carlisle's house.
just an idea, because
No, that's probably a good idea if you think magic's involved and he's in danger.
can
The mayor
confirm-
would want him protected.
I can confirm both locations had magic, and I know Carlisle confirmed magic at the first one, and I'm almost certain Mamatar's situation was magic related.
Okay. Well, we'll have him come down here and take a look here too. I'm sure he'll probably be down checking out Goodry again at some point, so we'll just have him
I'm
take
sure.
care of looking at both. We'll get the mayor updated, and we know where you're staying, so if we need anything, we'll come find you.
At which point, Guys picks up a rock and throws that at a particular bush as a signal that we're leaving.
Shuffle, 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 shuffle.
The two
I
guards
imagine,
look at each other, look at you as you come down the ladder, and like, was she there up there? I didn't see her.
I imagine, like, cut to, like, Gaius and Talia Outback Gaius just got, like, a garden hose spraying her off.
Okay. Regroup?
Oh, yeah. Regroup, maybe a drink or three to deal with whatever the hell that was.
We're way
More
ahead of you.
trauma?
I didn't
Because
mean
Yeah, for
to.
the trauma.
we'll have to prepare. We'll have to,
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
at the very least, have one night of ease before
Good sleep.
we set off,
Yep.
because I think we need to do that.
Also, we need to drag a dresser in front of Reed's window.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because
I was thinking
who knows
Reed
what
could
this
swap-
person could be wearing now?
Who
You
knows
mean
who
who?
this person could
Goodbye,
be wearing now.
horses.
Yeah.
Oh, it could be horses. they're wearing.
Well, welcome to Forest Grove. Who are you wearing this evening?
Horses.
You know.
I'm wearing Betsy, the horse that one of the adventurers brought in. Hooves don't work so well to just rub against faces, but it is unsettling.
I'm gonna hoof to my forehead.
Anyway,
Hold on at you.
I was thinking Butt Trumpet could swap places with Reed, and that way Reed sleeps with the bunny in Eldred's room, and Butt Trumpet is with me in that room, and then somebody set that alarm thing.
ooh,
That's an Eldred thing.
Okay.
I can do that, but having the halfling who seems to attract naked old men into his room late at night just kind of, I don't know how I feel about that.
Too fucking bad. I dealt with it twice and slept through it, apparently. Stealthy fucker.
you'd probably be a better one to protect him than me. Let's be real.
Yes, Eldred. Known combatant and preparer of
Yes.
fiery deaths.
Yes.
And tornadoes of knives.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
The knife NATO?
Knife NATO.
Knife NATO.
But anyway,
Like a shark.
all right. Room swap.
You head back to the inn. You're
Yeah,
back
cut
at
the
the inn.
montage. Yep.
Oh, okay.
You see Nikita and Reed. Nikita is there with a big mug of ale, and you see Reed next to her on a stool with a pink drink with an umbrella in it, and
I was going to
The
suggest a hot cocoa with whipped cream and sprinkles.
Don't forget the Irish cream.
Bougie drink are you having?
I want one.
You talking to me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you with the pink drink.
I'm jelly.
It's a. I don't know
Yeah,
who
you're
that
blood
is,
drunk.
but it's like a Shirley at the temple or something like that.
Shirley at the temple.
Oh, yeah.
Red.
But that sounds
Boner
strong.
hair. Sunny Day said something like that. Duh.
That sounds strong. I want one of those.
there you
But
go.
everyone keep an eye on me and don't let me have more than one.
It's really
Oh,
good.
yeah.
You should try it.
It's very fruity. But Reed, you
those
do
always
notice
sneak up on you.
it is pretty strong.
Oh,
You've
It is,
had
in
two
fact, an
already,
alcoholic
and
beverage.
it's like, wow.
I did have lots of trauma today, so
That's
this is
it.
worth it.
Everyone knows the best way to do it is suppress it with alcohol.
There you go.
Yes.
So everyone drinks up and eats up. There's specials with tree squid bites for happy hour that are
Fried tree squid bites.
basically it's a copper a bite.
What a
So
deal.
you can get them on plates of 5 or 10.
Some shared appetites,
Have you
some
tried
shared
mixed-
some shared bites for the table.
Yeah. Hey, can you mix melted butter and hot sauce together? It's called a Bacchus sauce. It's excellent.
We have something similar that we call tabacas.
Yeah.
Tabacas sauce.
So it's tabacus sauce. Yes. Yes, I am aware of tabacus. So you mix the tabacus sauce with the butter, and then you got just bacchus sauce.
Gotcha.
It's a nice. It goes great with fried tree squid.
You were so
Would tobacco
Pretty much fried
confident.
it.
a good charisma?
And then he just trailed off at the. What happened? You had to. What happened to the follow through? What
Fried
happened to the
chicken.
commitment?
I'm used to it with fried chicken. I'll try the fried whatever the hell. Depends on what the breading is. All right, depends on what the breading is.
Well, what's funny is the tree squid doesn't have any breading on it. It's all grilled and kind of charred on the outside lightly and still nice and juicy.
Oh yeah, that would go great with the
Still not eating it.
sauce. At least try the sauce.
I will try the sauce.
Yes.
Just think of this
That's-
tree squid as a vehicle for the sauce.
The sauce is pretty
It's true
spicy.
calamari, really.
Just land-based.
Anyway,
It's very fresh and bright tasting with a little bit of a nuttiness to it.
That's not bad with the
I'm about
sauce.
it.
I like this vehicle idea.
So
macros, these tree squid.
after a night of drinking and eating, you guys change rooms, and play
Alarm
musical
spell.
beds there. What?
Yep. Alarm spell?
And
We all
And,
said that last
dresses,
night. What happened to the
breakfast
one that was
windows.
set before?
Did we set one before?
know
I
it
can't
does.
remember.
no, you
Yeah.
you
Okay.
forgot last night
We forgot.
because everyone's
Yeah.
just so tired.
Yep.
But Eldred goes
Two
around
corpses
and
later.
sets the alarm on Nikita and Butt Trumpet's window and door, and then sets it in his and Reed's room.
Okay.
Guys just drags a
Nikita.
dresser in front of the window, props a chair, and then the desk in front by the. Like, not this time. If they want to have a chat, send a message.
Nikita,
Yeah.
I missed
Yeah.
working with you. It's kind of like the first time.
I missed you too, actually. I think Reed wiped something on my sheets, but then he was visited by the guys, so I couldn't get mad at him.
I mean, God, you always seem to have the worst luck having very messy roommates.
Right? But, yeah. Wait, that means you too. I shouldn't have said that, sorry.
I'll be in my own separate bed, though, this time.
This is true. You have your own bed. You can spread out. All good.
I
hope you
get into
sleep
the
well.
bed and I starfish out.
Can I do something a little weird? Can Talia keep a vigil from the roof of Sunny Days?
Sure.
Ooh.
She'll keep an overnight vigil there.
No problem. Give me
She is the
a
night.
give me a
She
climb
is
roll.
vengeance.
Would that be athletics?
Dexterity, I think.
Okay, dexterity is
Um,
climbing, so acrobatics?
Yeah, we'll do acrobatics.
Time to fall flat on my ass after brutally disemboweling that old woman. That's not too bad.
It takes a little bit. You get up there. It wasn't as easy as you kind of thought it would be, but you do
Getting
get
in
up
Reed's
there.
window was a lot easier.
Yeah.
The second floor window is a lot easier than the roof.
Next morning comes with uneventful. Nothing occurred all night long.
Yay!
Oh,
Talia. Yeah, uneventful.
Nice.
Or
She just-
was it?
woo, woo,
Dun, dun,
woo,
dun.
woo, woo.
I was about to say something, then I looked at the roll and I'm like, no, it's uneventful.
No encounters in the roll.
There you go.
Thank God, because I would have probably wound up falling off the roof at one point if there was.
Okay, so next morning.
I say we all just start getting ready to go into the woods.
Yep.
I agree.
Talia would have left around dawn to check her traps for the usual stuff before coming
Okay.
back. Probably a bit later than she usually does because of the whole
Okay.
not starting where she should have.
Okay, you go off, and by the time you get back, it's about the time that, like, Gaius has been up, but now the rest of the group is starting to come down. Starting to have their
I've
coffee
basically-
and their breakfast.
I am.
Oh,
what's the term?
I was wondering
Loaded
if I
for
could make a
bear.
request for my coffee.
Sure.
Oh no.
Are there any, is there nutmeg, cloves, cinnamon, and
Son
such
of
in
a-
the back?
No, none
Sunny
of those
Day
spices
just
exist
kind
in
of
this
stares
world.
at you and says, "You want spices in your coffee?"
Yeah, just thought I'd try something different.
Sure, I'll do that. And he turns around and
Thank
leaves.
you. Give the
You're very
cheesiest
kind,
smile
Mr. Sunny
possible.
Day.
Brings your coffee out, everyone's coffee or ales or whatever you're drinking. Brings out your coffee, butt trumpet. Some powder still floats on the top of it in the foam.
Yeah, not surprised. Still going for it.
It's pretty spicy.
Does it taste like a pumpkin?
Not really.
Damn it. Well, it was worth a shot. I'm still gonna have it.
Okay.
I'll get this right one day. There's
Eldred-
something here.
There's
Eldon
something.
says, you might want to try doing it with someone who's a little more amenable to customer service.
That's fair. That is beyond fair. I just didn't think there'd be anywhere else I could do this.
Yeah, you know, Guys takes a little bit of salt out and sprinkles it in his coffee. Everyone's got their flavor. What?
Salt
What?
ain't a flavor, you fucking Jesus.
No, salt is a flavor enhancer. Salt is a flavor enhancer, and it cuts down on the bitterness of the coffee. Do you not know this? Have you tried it? That's you see.
I have so much in my coffee right now. This is not the morning
What's-
for it.
At that point, what's a bit more salt in it?
Right, right.
This is
Might as well
salt
go
is a
full
natural-
send, whole honky.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Eh, eh, eh. So, we getting ready to go, right?
Right.
Well, we definitely want to make sure that people are aware of what we're trying to do.
As you're getting up to leave, Sunny Day turns to you guys and says, need about 3 gold, I think, for yesterday and today.
All right. Slides over 3 gold. We'll be getting our horses, and we're going to be doing some investigation outside of town, Mr. Sunny Day. Just to give you a heads up.
Do you want me
So
to
the
keep your rooms or to open them up to people?
You can make them available, I think. I mean, we'll
Yeah.
if we got to bunk up if there's not rooms available and understandable.
Gaius,
We're gonna.
he kind of took you aside. When you say this stuff, do you say it quietly or otherwise?
Yeah, lower down, just between the two of us.
Okay.
Like
He
we were
goes, if
doing-
you want to give me 1 more gold, I'll go and get have your horses brought back.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
Slide that over to him. Yes. So I guess if we'll go and try to find some guardsmen to let them know that we're going to be looking around outside of town. But if they come here looking for us, just could you relay that? That's what we're doing.
So if the guards come to let them know you left town.
No, come on, Mr. Sunnyday. We're doing some investigations outside of town.
Gotcha.
Listen, I know you don't care. I know you don't care for me that much, but come on, we're trying to find a missing girl here. That's all.
Fair enough.
And apparently,
And you're
we're
right,
really
by
good
the way.
at finding. Yeah, I know I'm right, and I understand why you're so cranky all the time. So understandable.
He just kind of gives you the stink eye.
Mm-hmm. Great, excellent. I'm glad we had this chat. But I will say you've been a consummate professional this entire time.
Damn Skippy.
And your food's fantastic, by the way.
That's sarcasm?
No, your food's fantastic.
Oh. Well, thank you. That's the missus.
Well, she does a freaking great job making food, by the way.
There's a
Like,
missus.
I thought I got treated
Yeah.
well over in Seven Rivers. They just did stew and shit. You get ribs and all this other stuff. Fantastic. Anyway, so hopefully we'll be back in a few days, but I just wanted to let you know that way you could rent the rooms and make some cash from that while we're gone.
Don't mind the rearranged furniture.
Oh, my room was put back in whatever condition I had found it, except for the scuffs when the hooligans broke in.
Oh, the bunny's room is going to need a deep clean.
Probably.
That's just any room Reed's in. I wouldn't blame the bunny for it.
I swear, he's trying to bathe more. Come on.
Are we bringing the
Reed?
bunny? What did we decide on
Oh,
naming
yeah.
the bunny? Was it Genghis or something?
Jesus.
Hannibal?
Ripper,
Hannibal.
says Eldred.
No, my pitch was Hannibal.
Okay.
I think we did go with Hannibal, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Hannibal fits.
Are we bringing Hannibal with us on our little excursion?
Oh yeah,
Did,
I feel much safer when that bunny's around.
I don't know if Sunny Day has a bunny kennel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I would be quite honest. I would fear for Sunny Day's life if we left him in charge of the rabbit.
All right.
Eldred goes, it gets much bigger. We'll need a stable for it.
Hey,
Then I
I'm
can
really
ride it.
hoping just grow your own
Is
mouth.
Talia with us, or do we meet her outside? Or
She's with you now.
She's here. She can. Yeah.
oh, okay. Once we start walking out of earshot of Sunny Day, I want to, quietly say to her, "If you only want to come with us up to the fall, I understand. We appreciate any help you'll be able to give us to get there.
I can take you there, but that's as far as I will go.
That's
I
fair.
understand."
We appreciate it. So I guess we should. We'll let the guard know. Is there a guard know, or so?
I really feel like
Where we
where we were
ahead,
staying,
Butcher.
the guards knew where we were staying. If they go to report to the inn, they'll figure it out from there.
Yeah, I just think it would be real suspicious, like if we've discovered 2 bodies and then left town.
It is, but
I just, we tell them like, hey, through the investigations we've gone through so far, both between Marner and these 2 corpses, we believe that supernatural forces are, and what is the only thing that keeps coming up is the Baba. So we're going to go take a look for ourselves.
Okay, the boy that works at the inn comes around with your 2 horses, hands them to you.
Excellent. Thank you, my boy. And hands him a copper. Is this tip good? Sure.
He says, "Thank you, sir."
And hands him another one.
Oh boy.
Thank you, sir.
And hands him another one.
Oh no.
I start taking Gaius by the arm. Come on, we'll never get out if we
Nice.
keep doing this.
But I don't know what
My
appropriate
mother's
20%
lame,
tip
he
is here.
says.
Oh, bollocks! And takes a silver out and just
No.
throws it at him.
No,
You don't get any more.
you stop it.
Thank you,
You
sir.
can't get any more.
And he goes off.
He's asking.
You could probably heal his mom, guys.
Ah,
Will
damn
we
it.
get out of here, please? Oh my goodness.
What just happened?
I don't know. I don't tip well.
I think you
You
just did
tried to
very
tip
well.
well.
You gave him.
I don't
Silver
know.
piece.
Yeah, I know. I got nervous.
This is Gaius's anxiety finally showing.
We come back now.
I dealt with a lot of dead bodies yesterday. I kept my cool. All right, leave me be.
Eldred just goes, "Guy anxiety."
It's gonna be a long journey.
Oh,
You know,
yep.
like, Nikita, I'll give you a silver piece to punch Eldred in the face.
You don't have to pay me.
Okay.
Reed steps away from Eldred.
Eldred just goes, "What?"
Okay. Yeah, don't worry about it. You'll find out later. Let it be a surprise.
Onward.
Okay, so you have your horses. You have
Mhm.
Talia
Yes.
with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so
Wait.
we have to go across the river to reach the fall. Cross the fall, walk straight at the hills before the mountains, stay away from the reeking swamp. Is what I wrote down when we got directions to wherever we have to go.
No, we can do
It's
that.
smeared in pen on your hand.
Oh no, it's the I have books plural. At least
I
two.
was just kidding.
Okay, well
Make a
allow
left
it.
at the.
It shouldn't be too hard to stay away from a place called the Reeking Swamp.
You would think that.
Never
So,
be all
sh-
alone.
Am I getting outvoted on the let the guards know where we're going?
I think letting
They might-
Sunnyday know is good. Are they on the way, or do we have to go back up to
Oh.
the mayor's again?
Do it
That's
Yeah,
the
it's
thing. I don't
defi-
want to just be running around.
It's definitely out of the way because basically you leave the inn, you go down a hill, and there's like the bridge is not too far from there. You go over the bridge, and there's a road that goes down the river or up the river. You're going to be going just into the woods.
Oh, son of a. All right, you know what? Guys takes out a piece of paper, writes down, due to our investigations, we have determined that the Baba, a supernatural being outside of town, might be the culprit of the deaths and the missing girl, and we are going to go investigate it. We will be coming back to town. Gaius, party scribe, I guess, because we don't have a leader.
XOXO.
Nope, none of that. Cleric of
Is
Bacchus.
there a little heart over the eye?
Nope, first of his name.
Yeah.
First of his
First of
name.
his name.
Fucking
So we don't get to do
pulls
the
out
XOs,
Coke
XOs,
Black.
but first of his name makes the cut. Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hey, I'm the one writing the note. Melts some wax, puts it.
Okay. Rub
Just
your
kinda, like,
literacy in our
mushes it
faces,
down
why
there.
don't you?
Yes, I went to school, and then goes back in, very angrily, just slams the letter down in front of Sunny Day. Slams down a silver piece. Here, in case the guards come asking for us, give them the letter. Here, that's for you, and then leaves.
He looked, and as you're leaving, he goes, "No need to be nasty about it."
Just like you just see guys in the silhouette in the doorway just stop and stiffen for a second, and then relax and just walk out the door, and the door closes so gently.
Okay. As just before the door closes, you hear the strangest sound you've ever heard since you've gotten to this village. The slightest bit of a chuckle.
Oh, that
Mr.
door,
Sunny Day.
that door whips back open, and guy sticks his head in. He's like, "What the hell was that?"
Sunny Day looks at you, goes, "Those damn cats."
Okay. At which point
Uh-huh,
the
sure.
door starts closing, but it's like has the eye the entire way. It's
Let it go. We're wearing him down. And absence will make the heart grow fonder.
Okay, so Gaius comes back looking a little weird. You go down to the bridge, you cross the bridge, you go down the road a little bit where
Is
Talia
the blue
tells,
cat with us?
give me a perception check.
Yeah, shit.
Bunny's gonna eat it.
Oh, they're gonna have a standoff.
You have no idea.
not.
Aww.
And you head down to the part where Talia tells you is probably the best place to enter the wood.
Let's start our adventure.
Someone roll me a 20-sider, please.
I'll do it. I'm sure I'll regret it, but I'll do it.
Isn't that
That's
always
the
the fun
spirit.
part?
Yep, I was right.
Woo! I
Every
mean, you
time
don't
I
know what
try to
exploring.
volunteer.
It could just
Low
be
roll
a
could be
table.
good.
Maybe low is good.
You start.
That
You
could be
go. You start heading in. At points, your horses are having some problems because it's. At some points, the trees get really close together, and there's a lot of bushes and vines. At one point, Talia, near the end of the day, you do find a grouping of elderberry bushes that you've never come upon because you don't really head this far in this area. So you make a note of that. And it's nighttime.
Well, camp?
Yep.
Camp with watch. I can start.
I'll go second.
Yeah. I'll get the guy with no night vision will be in the dead of the night.
In the dark
Okay.
of the night, evil will find you.
Eldred will go last so that he can, after he's done, he can start studying.
I can go wherever
Anyone,
you guys want me to.
someone new, give me another 20-sided roll.
19.
Okay, you make it through the night with uneventful. The only thing that can be classified as eventful, we'll say, is as you're traveling, and especially throughout the night, you do hear the cawing of crows periodically.
Mm.
So, next day, someone roll me a 20-sider, please.
I'll do it.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Two
Or-
crew.
Oh yes.
You,
2 for twins.
you find there are a lot of elderberry bushes this far in. Just a lot more than you didn't like. They were kind of sparse out by where you've been collecting, but now you know there's a lot more further in here. And you get the feeling like in this deep, a lot of people don't come this far. It just feels less tampered with and less traversed. You also have noticed that, like the first day, you would occasionally, like, you'd see the occasional deer, you'd see squirrels, you'd see, like, near the end of the day, you saw a raccoon. This second day, early in the morning, someone saw a possum crawling, over a log at the distance. But the rest of the day, you didn't see anything. And other than hearing the cawing of crows, you didn't hear or see any animals. So, someone...
That's how you know we're headed to the cursed place.
Yup.
Someone go ahead and roll for overnight. You make it through the night without a problem.
My God, we're on a pattern right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Next day, give me a roll for the day.
Come on, two gang.
Nope.
Ah.
My high rolling does not stop.
You make it through
Broke
the
the
day,
pen.
and other than crows, the cawing of crows, you don't see or hear any wildlife. And near the end of the day, just as you're like start to talk about maybe making camp soon, you reach the fall, and it is pretty intimidating. And that is where we are going to call it a night. And we will see you all again next week. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you especially to KJ for her time with us as Talia. We hope to be seeing her again. Tune in next week. Same Grognard time, same Grognard channel. Whatever you do, the world has gotten a little scary. So, whatever you do and whoever you're with, please be kind.